here. It's a good environment.
We want to set up here today to kind of showcase the community.
Are you trading up just because you want to have that high-end card to sell, or you just want to hold it just to have it?
But is it processing or are we
Gambling.
Is it gambling? I took the perspective of I need to get to know more people and like have conversations with.
Is this one of those things like, oh, you want to make this deal? I'll put you on my video. Like, nah, I'm okay.
Y'all ready for Dr. Strange? Just a question. Are you ready, bro?
See, and then he had it signed by him.
No, when they cut Darth Maul in half, I literally yelled out, "No!"
If I would have known BGS has more value long-term wise, I think I would have went that route.
But do you have certain cards that you know you're going to hold on to?
Yeah, FD, man. I'm in it for the long term.
What's up, everybody? JD, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Oh, I was like, you got to tap.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. You hear me?
Yes. So I want to welcome everyone here. August 20th, Sunday. It's pouring down raining outside. All I hear is water running. But we have a great guest. Can't stop the show. We have Jay from Burbank Sports Card Card Show here to give us some insight on the show. What's up, Jay?
Oh, we got the back.
Hi, guys.
What's up, Jay?
Hi, FD. JD.
How you doing?
JD,
Good. How are
hey,
you?
you got the brick back there? That's the brick?
You got the you got the break.
I like that, sir.
My God.
I like that. How you doing today, sir?
Getting ready.
He's
All
tired. I asked him yesterday. He said he's just focusing on one thing, and it was the Philippines. That's what he said. I was like, oh my God.
I understand. We got Demetrius here. We got Zerny here. What's up, y'all? Demetrius saying, God bless the West Coast. Be safe. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Let's jump into it. We got Jay here. Won't respect his time. Let's jump into some questions. JD, you want to kick it off?
Oh yeah, I got a few. I wrote them down. Hold up.
Go ahead.
All right. Let's just do like a little I kind of want to do like a story way of this, how the whole thing came about. And let's just talk about like the challenges that you guys faced for this one. Because like we already talked about the first two the last time, but like this one was just big. This is a big show, big venue, all 900 plus dealers and whatnot. So just talk about what was the challenges you guys faced, especially going to Anaheim from Burbank to Ontario. Now you guys are going to every district, the San Gabriel Valley, the IE, now the OC.
Well, it's been a challenge. We've been hitting the reset button every single time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think every single endeavor has been the same. The magnitude of this one is a little bit more different. You know, I've never taken anything to this level. Same as Rob, same as EJ. So, like before, you know, we would like everybody to enjoy the show, but at the same time, understand that this is just our third show.
Third show.
And we never did anything at the same venue twice. So there's a lot of learning. There's a lot of challenges. Logistically, which is my purview of the show, it's a monster. It's a monster.
It is. It's definitely a monster. I mean, just the fact that you guys got 2 floors. Like, what in the world? 2 floors? That is like insane.
That was my idea, but I'm starting to regret it. It just made sense to get the 2 floors originally, like Rob said in his lives. We originally only opted out for the second floor, which is the 100,000 square foot space. But by doing so, we still needed an area for trade night. We still needed an area for the grading companies and stuff like that. And if we get the smaller rooms, which is the next building, it's going to cost us half the amount of leasing the bottom space.
Okay.
So if we're going to spend that money, I told Rob and EJ, especially EJ, if you can sell X number of tables, it's more practical to get the bottom space. It's okay to have extra space than none. You know, coming from the first Marriott, where space was an issue, Ontario was well spaced, but you know, we could still use a little bit more space, especially where the grading companies are. So I was able to convince Rob and EJ to get the space in the bottom. And if we didn't get that, we would be in trouble
Okay.
because of the corporate presence for this show.
Mm.
Well, I
So
wanted
it
to
turned
ask
out to
you.
be good.
I want to ask as well. Like, speak to the layout some. We're talking about grading companies and different corporate sponsors being there. Where will they be located?
So
First, second floor, or break it down for us.
so let's start off with the second floor. Second floor is basically 90% of the second floor is going to be sports car dealers. Everything is an 8-foot table.
Oh my god.
We have a total of 696 tables inside.
Okay.
When you enter the second floor, you will see the right side or one of the sides purely waxed in the front before entering the hall, and the left side will be an activation booth and another vendor who's selling accessories for sports cars.
Mm.
So once you enter the main hall, you'll see only 696 dealers, no corporate, no nothing. There will be some corporate who elected to get some tables instead of having a booth. But if on the Joe picture, they all look like dealers
Okay.
on the second floor. So I said 90% because 10% space indoors is allocated to the trade night with another 10% space on the outdoor patio connecting. That same area, the indoor space, will be used by Mama Breaks for the kids' day for Saturday. So they have their own room for the kids events, and for the rest of the other times, it's going to be used for trade nights. For that. Now on the first floor, you have the same square footage, 100,000 square feet. That's all dedicated to corporate and TCG.
Mm.
We will have a stage at the back. We will have a concession pop-up stand at the back. You'll have like on the upper right will be like some sort of I can't announce it yet.
Okay.
A different experience to a regular card show.
Okay.
Oh.
You enter the floor on the right corner will be PSA, and the middle will be tag, and you'll have Burbank on the left side. Then you'll have Memorabilia Network on the left corner. They will be bringing in some autograph signers for Saturday. I think that booth is only going to be active for Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. Then in the back middle will be your TCG tables, roughly about 150, 200 TCG tables over there. Then you'll have, all of the common corporate booths you will see would be BGS, eBay. Hopefully, I don't forget anybody. COMC, Sports Card Investor. Who else is downstairs? Heritage, PWCC, Golden,
Damn.
Zion cases, and a few more. So if you want a list of all the sponsors, it should be on the website.
Okay.
I think we have 34, if I'm not mistaken, from the last count of activations downstairs. So all of them, a couple of them will be a giant space, and Tag is also bringing something more than the last one.
Oh damn.
So Tag is a company that Burbank has grown with together.
Yeah.
Start.
Mm-hmm.
So every time we do a show, they're upping up their game one more notch.
Damn, that's gonna be crazy. You talked about the TCG spot. How did that all come about? Because that's totally like crazy that you guys were able to get so many TCG tables for a sports card show.
The plan for TCG was originally Ontario, because we're taking over the whole building on Ontario next year.
Oh, the whole building?
Yeah.
Oh damn.
We're signed off to Ontario 24 and 25.
Oh wow.
Okay.
So next 2 years.
Yeah. So we're blocked for 2 years already. But because of the space we had with Anaheim, it's time to test it. Again, like I said, we're testing it It's still not going to be full blown, but crossings is going to be there. They're big in TCG,
Mm-hmm.
and they committed to buying a lot of cards for the show. A lot of cards.
Wow. Damn.
They have a 30 by 45 space.
Oh wow. So that's a big space just for that. Just for them?
Mm-hmm. The smallest space allocation in the ground floor is a 15 by 15.
Damn.
And typical standard would be a 30 by 30.
Dang, so there's a lot of space. You guys have it's not gonna be crowded. It doesn't seem like it's gonna be crowded like that unless it's like filled with thousands of people.
Even if there's a lot of people, I'm pretty confident that it's not going to be shoulder to shoulder. There's going to be enough room for everybody to enjoy, to experience. And both floors are carpeted, which is what a lot of people want. But
yeah, easy on the
logistically,
legs.
that's a nightmare.
Yeah, no, I can see.
Damn, that's gonna be crazy.
Well, walking that show, there were some people that went to the National that walked 25 miles, 30 miles in 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's gonna be crazy. But I mean, and then you guys got this the partnership with Collecticon too. So it's like you could drop off this weekend and you could pick up, which is like the back to back, which is crazy to me.
Yeah. So Collecticon to Burbank to Long Beach.
Oh, that's right. So back to back. So they could drop it off on Saturday FT, and then they pick it up on Burbank, and you could drop it off Burbank and pick it up at
the week after in Long Beach.
See, that's really good FT. You're able to just
that's great.
And then the prices are it's gonna be express, right? So like 150 or something like that.
You have to check the announcements for that because we don't control that. PSA controls that.
Oh, okay.
You know, but I believe they have their announcements out already for those things.
That's gonna be in. I don't. God, I don't even know what. I can't. Even, I'm so excited for what's gonna happen.
I'm just sitting here right now envisioning the layout that Jay just went through, and it's gonna be wonderful to.
My God! And then it's gonna same thing like last time, right? It's gonna be on-site grading. Nothing. No
for
more.
Tag is gonna do on-site grading. Beckett, I think, is gonna do raw card review.
Mm-hmm.
And PSA, I believe they're doing courier service because their facility is only like 10-15 minutes away. So there's really no need for them to bring the machines because they're very, very accessible. So I don't know if you can see it. Oh. But that's a first floor layout.
Yeah, I was looking at it right now.
So all the white ones are the corporate.
Yeah.
So it's a big space.
Yeah, like damn.
A lot of walk space, big open space.
And I believe there's something for the kids also for the first floor, Friday and Sunday.
Let me see. And then I know EJ brought it up throughout the weeks, but I like that the map. You guys are able to go into like the tables and see what vendors are what, right?
Yeah, he's working with a company called Gem 10.
Yeah, I saw that.
They're also going to have a booth downstairs, a 15 by 15, I believe. And they're basically going to put the layout on an app for people to download so that you know where everybody is.
That's huge.
It's like Disneyland. It tells you exactly who's what, where's who, and like what are they selling, whatnot. Because I remember you guys posting like you guys able to click on the table and it gives you guys all the information exactly like their social medias and whatnot and what they're selling and where they're from, which is like totally like better. Like you could walk into the, as you're driving in, you could look at the floor already and see exactly like, oh, I gotta go.
Because JD and I had a conversation. I was at the National. And he asked me how was it. And I said, man, I really wish I could see where a certain vendor is right here on my phone right now while I'm talking to you. And that has already been.
The same company was actually providing that service, I believe, at National, or at least they were present at National. Again, we're doing this for the first time, so I don't know how user-friendly it will be. But we're always willing to try to elevate the game. People ask for carpet. We gave you carpet. People wanted AC. I'm guaranteeing you AC. People want internet. I'm guaranteeing you internet.
Yes.
It doesn't come with a cheap price. It comes with a steep price, but it is what it is. We need to make sure that Anaheim will be our coming out party.
Coming out party? What do you mean? Come on, he knows not to.
Jay got. I think he said some
We're
stuff
not even in a conversation the last few shows.
You're being humble. We know how you're.
Jay,
You just,
I don't know, Jay.
this is the show that puts you guys on top of everybody else. That's if that's what you mean, then yeah. But the first two was just insane. So just looking at,
I've already heard some people throwing out stats about the largest show outside of national is about to be Burbank Sports Cards. I've already heard this thrown by several different influencers on content. This is about to be a huge show.
Yeah, there's.
Well, when I wake up the Monday after Sunday, Labor Day,
Yes,
that's when I can rest.
understood.
Oh my God.
I like Jay's. I like the way Jay does his thing. We're gonna talk about it at the end after it's over, and not before. I understand that.
Well, we don't want to disappoint. That's number one. We know we're taking on something that we haven't taken on before. We are going to make our mistakes. I can pretty much guarantee you that. Onboarding 450 tables compared to 900, 1,000 tables is a different story.
Yeah.
Onboarding does that size with a lot of corporate now having to use labor unions. It's going to be a challenge. So the bigger we go, the more rules, the more conditions that we need to make sure gets communicated. Every single change in the floor plan, I have to make sure the fire marshal approves.
Yeah.
Even bringing a balloon.
Oh yeah, balloons. Even from where I work, balloons inside of buildings. It's a lot to talk about. People don't realize that.
And I still learn stuff because, I'm going to use this as a platform to let everybody know, especially the locals. So there are 3 elevators for Anaheim Convention Center, ACC North, and a few escalators. The loading dock, you can wheel anything inside the loading dock elevator. That won't be a problem. The only thing is a Teamster needs to bring in your equipment or your whatever you bring in through the loading dock to your table. But if you're, let's say, you're JD or FD or even a vendor, right, and you have that radio flyer with you, they don't allow that radio flyer on the lobby elevators because apparently anything with wheels can break an elevator.
Oh, that's weird.
So I highly recommend people who want, because we see people who have dollies, right, because they want to buy a lot of stuff. Bring a carry-on suitcase, because that way you can use the escalator.
Damn, that's
because if you try to use the elevator, you are not going to be allowed to use the elevator for the lobby.
That's something I definitely would have thought that's like an issue.
That's why I need to make sure that's communicated properly.
Yeah, that's why we have.
They allow you to have those radio flyers on the floor, but how do you get? It's a split level. How can you get up to the first floor or the second floor?
Yeah, because it's the one where it's the 2 floors. Only way you could get up is the elevator, and then there's an escalator, right? Is that where you guys are at? Yeah,
stairs.
Yeah. So that makes sense. I mean, it's gonna be harder to bring that rate. Who's gonna even bring that to a wagon to a show? I never seen that ever in my life.
Oh, I've seen that.
People bring wagons to the show.
Oh yeah,
they buy
especially the dealers when they have those $1 boxes, $5 boxes.
Yeah,
so they have to go to the freight.
Dang, that's gonna be crazy. I cannot. And then how many trade nights are you guys planning to have? Just
official 2. We have Friday night and Saturday night from 7 to 11. That's the official one. One, I believe, is sponsored by VeriSwap. One is sponsored by Card Ladder.
Wow.
Very cool. Card Ladder. Okay. VeriSwap.
So that's gonna be outside, right? That the trade night's gonna be outside that you're talking about in the patio?
So on the second floor, I aired walled about 10,000 square feet or more.
Oh.
That area will be the trade night plus the adjacent patio to that, which is another 10,000 square feet. So I know you can see the fireworks from Disney during trade night.
Very good. I know some people probably want to ask, is there room for unofficial trade nights so people just start breaking out cards?
There are 3 hotels. The main hotel, we already warned the hotel that people are going to assemble. They do have a lot of space in an area over there,
Mhm.
but Burbank, as a group, the card show will not cannot
Understood.
advertise that for
Understood.
for reasons.
Mhm.
Dang, you hear that, FD? You can't say I'm having a trade night and you're gonna get in trouble.
No, I mean that's why I asked the question, because I know people want to know, and I expected Jay's answer personally, but I just want to make sure we cover that off. I can understand why. Yeah, like I
Well,
said, a
if
lot
you're a
of
guest of
stuff.
the hotel and you assemble in the lobby,
Yeah.
technically you're a paying customer of the hotel.
Yes.
But the thing is, we can't control. We're not staffing the event ourselves.
Yeah.
We're not hosting anything. We're not, So there are liabilities being in California.
That's right.
Mm, damn. That's gonna. I don't know. But what about like we talked about the challenges and everything, but you on a scale of 1 to 10, how much harder was this one compared to the first two? Since you guys had 2 shows under your belt already.
77.
Say, oh, so it's not bad.
Well,
23%.
that's 7 times your 10, JD.
I know, but dang, that's still passing. So everything. So man, because we last time we talked, you guys talked about how it was more of a challenge to get this one, but once you guys got in the door, is just everything would just seem to flow, right? The
No,
table.
actually, the challenges came after we got in the door.
Oh, fuck.
There were a lot of unexpected curveballs that came along with the whole process.
What was can you talk about like, what was probably the biggest curveball that you guys did not expect coming? Because just people understand like how big this show is and just all the things you guys had to go through to get the show going.
I guess for a lot of people to understand it better, um, when after we signed the lease,
Mm-hmm.
after the city of Anaheim knew what kind of event it is and how cash heavy the event will be, Anaheim police had to get involved.
Oh,
So we have to get Anaheim police in the building. They will be present, and they are paid for by Burbank Card Show.
well, that's good. You got
That's on top. That's on top of the security. No,
Oh,
Anaheim
so-
police is just going to stand there and be present and deal with situations as they come. They're not going to check anybody or anything like that.
Oh, so they got extra. Ah, that's
So
just,
that's an expense that I think we're very well willing to pay for,
Yeah.
especially
but
with this
it's a
type of
huge
show.
bill. It's
Well,
a
I've been
huge bill.
thoroughly impressed by the last shows. I mean, we're going through security, JD, to get into that building.
Yeah.
You are still going to go into security to
Yeah.
get into this building because the
Yeah.
security company I hired, we don't have the metal detectors, but we have the wands.
Wands. Yes.
Mm.
So
And
we'll
that's
have those.
to me, that's as these events grow. This is and JD knows that I've talked to him about this several times. As these events grow, we need that.
And Anaheim has a strict policy of no weapons. So all the bags will be open upon coming in.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
Damn. That's
Great.
It's for the safety of everybody.
No,
Thank
that's
you,
good.
Jay. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, EJ, and everybody involved for that step right there. Thank you for everything, but that step right there, I think it's hugely
We don't want those stories that when you go to this show and somebody gets robbed.
Mhm.
We'll try to prevent it as much as we can in the jurisdiction that we have.
Yes.
Damn. Yeah.
And remember, monitoring 200,000 square feet compared to the last show 70,000, 80,000 is going to take me 2.5 times the amount of work
Mhm.
during the show.
And in Ontario, Jay, I think I saw you one time. You were on the move. Every time I saw you, you were on the move.
Oh, you're not going to see me now. I'll be hiding.
It's true. That's gonna be crazy. I mean, this forget being the promoter and what you guys are doing. Just talk about the show. How long? Like you did an average? How long? What's the average time somebody should spend at this show? What do you think? Just walking it. You think they need the whole full 3 days that you guys are showing, or you think 1 day is gonna be enough, or 2 day, or what do you think? Just walking.
I pretty much believe that number one, the 3-day pass is the most worth it of all if you have time to go in for the 3 days.
Yeah.
But if you want to experience everything and kind of don't have to deal with the lines and stuff like that, I encourage you to get the VIP. Because Thursday night is only for VIP. So
Mhm.
those who are getting their badges are only VIP people. If you come in on Friday, hopefully a lot of people are still at work. You know, hopefully the lines are still manageable. But if you came in Thursday, once you have the VIP badge, you just need to get stamped on the
Oh,
way in, and you're good to go.
damn, that's gonna be crazy.
And we know how deals are hot on that Thursday night. People looking for particular cars. Those cars are going to be available. You're going to have first look, touch, feel, negotiation on those cars. I always think those VIP nights are wonderful.
Yeah, the first one was crazy. I'll tell you that right now. The first one, this time last year, right? It was just
Yeah.
crazy. It felt like a regular show, but in half, like what 80% of the vendors weren't even there, and it was just popping. Tag was going crazy. All the vendors, it was just one of those. Like I told everybody, I was like, that's like the closest I'm gonna get to Dallas. But then the second show happened. I was like, okay, this is how Dallas should be. So now going to this one, I'm thinking like, okay, this is probably what the National and Dallas and all the big shows are gonna feel like. So like, I'm super excited to finally like experience a show that's like that I'm able to go to and not like have to fly anywhere. Just drive maybe an hour and an hour and a half without traffic over there is like probably one of the coolest things I'm like super excited for.
So
Yeah,
just to
'cause when
give you an
you-
example how heavy the traffic will be, okay?
Mhm.
Oh,
We sold the room blocks 3 times. We
Mhm.
sold out 3 times.
3 times.
I
wow.
believe there's going to be some sort of a sneaker convention Friday, Saturday,
Oh, I heard about
or
that.
Saturday,
Yeah.
Sunday, and I think
heard
there's
that.
another like anime kind convention for 2 days during the same weekend.
Mhm.
Ooh, the traffic's gonna be crazy.
I do suggest anybody who's local to Uber. It
Oh,
will be on your best interest to Uber because I think it's going to be cheaper for you because Anaheim parking is not cheap. I think the cheapest parking you can find is about $25 because you're by Disneyland, and it can go up to probably $45 single entry.
Hmm.
$25. You park somewhere in Orange County, you can just Uber from there, and it's hassle free.
Damn.
Jay, I think we're going to take that advice from you. I think that's exactly what we're going to do.
I suggest that for everybody. I think it's going to save you more money and more time.
Yep.
Yeah, imagine getting out. Just getting out of Disneyland is annoying, and then getting on the
No,
5.
just
And
the
then,
time you spend walking
Yeah.
from the parking lot to the convention center.
oh, that's right. The parking is kind of. But there's a parking in the convention center, or that one's gonna be blocked out too by then.
Everything's going to be available, but remember, it's a long weekend for Disneyland. It's Labor Day weekend. So there's going to be a lot of people in Disneyland. There's going to be a lot of people at Burbank Card Show. There's going to be a lot of people at the other two events. And God knows what else is going on during that weekend, that area.
I know.
So just to give you an insight, Anaheim Police said, if you want us present, you need to let us as soon as possible, because if you do last minute, we might not have any officers available for your event.
Damn,
So we had to lock that down right away.
It's gonna be like it is definitely gonna be a holiday week. Dang, I don't even know how that weekend's gonna be crazy then, just with all that going on, especially with Disneyland.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
you guys are you guys anticipating like what's the foot traffic or the traffic gonna be like based off the pre-orders of the tickets or not yet?
Based on the pre-orders of tickets, it's hard to judge because people like to procrastinate.
Oh, they still
Most of the-
procrastinating.
Most of the day passes will not come in until the week before the show, but we're already double the ticket sales at this time, more than double actually. The ticket sales at this time than Ontario.
Mm.
So if the percentage of people purchasing is going to reflect the same, we're expecting double Ontario.
Damn.
I'm projecting, this is just me, at least 20,000 people on Saturday.
20,000. That's like the Staples Center. Oh my god. You guys
Jay, do you don't think that number will get higher than that?
You know me, I like to be
I think Jay
conservative.
be a modest, JD. I heard some numbers
Hold on.
I heard some numbers from the National. They're gonna be more than 20,000 people on Saturday.
That's the basket. So the Staples Center could hold only 19,000. So
Actually-
you guys about to fill up.
Actually, National, I was there this last one. I felt there were more people Friday than Saturday.
There were a lot of people on Friday.
But this is different though.
And
This
there
is
were
a
more. I
weekend,
felt
though.
like there were more people on Friday than Saturday. I would agree with that.
But this is it's a weekend, Labor Day weekend. Like people are gonna be off work, calling in for work just for this. I I think 20,000. You said Saturday, only Saturday?
I'm projecting about 50 for the whole week.
Oh, hold on. We got a comment here from EJ. EJ, thanks for being here. I usually give Big Grump Jay a hard time, but what he has done logistically with a fraction of the budgets compared to most big convention shows has been incredible. Already hearing that. I appreciate that comment, EJ.
He's kissing me. He's kissing my behind because I'm about to quit. I'm taking vacation starting the 29th. I'm heading to the
there are going to be
Philippines.
people everywhere, my man. This everywhere.
That's gonna be crazy. Is the prices are gonna stay the same, right? From the pre-orders to the day of the
No.
show? Oh, it's gonna go
Day
up?
of the show is gonna be $5 more.
Oh damn, so y'all better jump on that the pre-order before
VIP
it's
is $150.
There you
go. That's limited. Once we run out, we run out. You get to be with us Thursday night for 5 hours from 5 to 10. If you have VIP, so it's only VIP, media, dealers and vendors, staff of corporate, and all access who's going to be at the Thursday night. Then
I'm calling in. That's what
day pass is $20, I believe, online right now. And if you purchase it at the venue, it's going to be $25.
Okay.
Because people have to understand, we have to staff ticketing. There's no cost in staffing online.
Oh yeah, that's definitely behind.
That's why the gate is going to be a little bit more expensive.
That's definitely more behind the scenes. And then just talk about the setting it up. I think I was talking to Ken. He told me that because before Ken and Kobe usually set up the tables for the shows, but he told me this time you guys hired some people to set it up this time, right? So is this too much?
We don't have a choice but to hire a contractor with the extent of this thing.
That's how big it's got. Like, come on, that's crazy. I was telling you, I was like, you guys are gonna be setting up for like hours for like 900 tables.
I have 2 forklifts.
Damn.
I have teamsters, I have decorators, I have the whole thing.
So the vendors are just getting the tables, right? The tables and whatnot, and then they're able to rent the showcases like you guys done before.
Yeah, that's gonna be Zion's gonna be renting out the showcases.
Dang. Wow.
So my staff's role this time around is to make sure we supervise and we execute and we man the show. In terms of the manual labor, it's going to be we're not allowed to really touch anything except for a few minor things.
Because of the union, right?
Because of the union.
Oh my god, that sounds like I'm at work. You can't touch any. That's so crazy that you can't touch anything.
Just to let you know, just union labor, it's about 6 figures.
Yeah, especially if you guys violate something, they're gonna be watching.
No, people don't understand. I'm gonna bring this out here just to get it out of the way. So somebody made a post on Instagram saying it's only gonna cost Burbank Card Show $200,000 to run the show, and we're gonna pocket in at least $400,000.
That's such a lie, dude.
The initial number he gave is just the cost of renting the whole venue. Where he's wrong is that, yes, it's a 4-day event, but we have to have the whole facility for 7 days because we have to load in and load out.
Right. That's right. That's
right. Yeah.
So that rent doesn't change. Another thing that they don't understand, you add on Anaheim police, you add on security and staffing. That's a huge bill too.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have add the contractor, right? You add the tables. I'm not going to go into the numbers in detail, but just do the math with just this one detail. A chair, a regular folding chair, costs $4.50.
$4.50. That's like a Big Mac.
Each table will have 2 chairs. Do the math.
And Jay, that number is a labor, everything all included.
Yeah, that's like close to $10K just for that.
The labor is labor.
That's
the add-ons, the chairs, the tables, the drapes, the stanchions. Those are all separate.
So you guys probably spend like what? So it's like putting on a wedding, like a big ass wedding, basically.
It's a half a million production.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the numbers right now. $500,000 production. Oh my god. But I mean, people are always gonna, there's. I don't want to bring it up, but like EJ went on his he was talking his talk the other day, but like people are always going to talk about what you guys are supposedly doing wrong instead of actually going straight to the source. And
Well, I think that's everything. That like a show like this, down to if someone grabbed their phone and made a video, somebody's gonna critique that.
yeah, but come on,
It's always interesting to me that those who are doing, we got Rob, Jay, and EJ bringing a phenomenal show to Southern California. All I have to say is thank you.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's nothing else to be said to me. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I don't.
You know,
I don't.
We're
EJ
going to
called
go
me
and
the
try to
other night.
showcase the show to those who can't be here, but thank you very much.
Yeah, and everybody was. And then one thing is like everybody always wants to talk. They want to work together. They want to build. It's just like, I don't want to get into it, but I mean, it's just everybody's just being a hypocrite at this point. Just enjoy what they got going, because who knows? You talked about it last time. This might be the last show. It's not, but this could probably be the last Burbank show, and people just got to enjoy it while it's here.
Where did that rumor come from?
I don't know. I'm not.
We're
I don't like-
contracted until 2025 in the chair. Come on now.
That's what I'm saying. So like people just assuming. It's just like the same thing in the hobby. They just assume instead of actually knowing exactly what's going on. So that's the part where I get frustrated, because I understand the work that you guys put in. You, EJ, especially EJ, so like for people to say something that's false, it's like at least get the full story before you guys say it.
But I always feel like the better something is, the more criticism somebody's going to receive.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
It's sad that it is that way, but to me, the more people are talking, the great the work that you're doing. So
yeah, for sure.
Thank you all.
Well,
I mean, I didn't know you guys had to hold it for 7 days. I didn't know you guys had to rent it out. So yeah, now the numbers are making. Dang. And then I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to answer this, but were you guys have to put down the whole down payment to hold it right away, or?
There's a like a program that they have in place. They know, nobody can just put out $500,000 just right out there.
$500,000. Damn, that. I don't even know how. Like, the question I wanted to ask is like, how do you guys top this? Moving forward. So like, I don't. Is this crazy what you guys have? The potential you guys have moving forward with this.
So we have to look from one show to the next until Anaheim is done. That's the start of the planning for the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go first with Anaheim. EJ called me the other night, and I'm in agreement with him. We did all we can. We're still trying to do all we can to make Anaheim great. And people are gonna critique. People are gonna complain.
Mm-hmm.
People are gonna praise. We'll take whatever there is and learn from it and use that information. Moving forward. We never claim to be perfect. We will never claim to be number one. We are happy that we're even in the conversation to be one of the, I will put it, one of the more anticipated shows coming up.
Anticipated.
Great word.
So until there's a demand in Southern California, until EJ, Rob, and I are on the same page that we want to continue this, the show is going to continue. I can't predict tomorrow. I can't predict next year. EJ always asks me the question, what do you think about next year? We really don't know. Right? But as far as, me for logistics, as long as I'm physically able, I will continue on.
So I don't know. The next show will be, you don't know, February again, I'm assuming, the way you guys
February 15, 16, 17, and 18.
That's like a week after the Super Bowl, right?
Week after Super Bowl, the weekend after Valentine's.
Yeah.
Damn, people have to be broke the next 2 weeks for Valentine's Day.
Get ready. Get ready.
Well,
now the wives know what to give their husbands, right?
Yeah.
Just give me tickets to damn. And then no more Burbank, right? No more going back to the Marriott. It's just the 2 spots you guys, or is that
no plans yet? But me and Rob were conversing one time, and we go, "Why don't we do a trade night at the Marriott?"
I mean, yeah, you saw what Card Collector 2 did in the National. You guys could definitely pull that off. That's a big. Whew, that'd be crazy.
Just imagine a trade night at a convention center.
Yeah,
That would be amazing.
that's gonna be better than half the shows that people
The
try
thing
to
is,
put.
to be honest with you, 6 months in between shows is not enough time.
No, I could assume.
It's not
I'm
enough time.
assuming it's not enough time. You guys just talking about just the cost, and then I could just imagine the stress to just trying to get every. I'm sure the deadlines were just hectic, just making sure this was happening at this time, and then so on and so on and so on. So I can only imagine that, especially when you guys had to get everything involved with the union and the cops and everything.
Well, realistically, the initial planning is easy. The hard part, let's say for Anaheim, remember we're coming off national.
Hmm.
All these corporate people, all these vendors are busy preparing for the national, and the main engagement comes the day after national. Sometimes even 3 days to a week after national.
Mm.
That's when the things really get going, and when things get going, it pours. You know, you I, I have a 9 to 5, right?
Hmm.
Every time I'm in between my units, because I work in the field, I have to look at my email, and I have like 3 or 5 emails that I have to respond to every stop, and I do 7 stops a day. So and I can't have these people waiting because I have to reply to them right away. Because if they have anything they need from the contractor or the decorator, I need to make sure that's forward to the contractor and decorator, and I need to make sure these people respond to these people.
Yes.
So, and that's just logistics. Imagine what the EJ is dealing with on the other side.
True.
He deals with questions like, where is this show going to happen? Questions like that.
I mean, sheesh, I can only imagine what he went through and what you guys went through. But I mean, me and FD said it already. Like we appreciate all the
Yes,
work
we
that
do.
you guys put in. Because I
Yes,
mean,
we do.
I don't even just thinking about it is just like wow, like just from point A to point B, like you said, and then just getting it all lined up is on another level of this. I guess planning is just crazy. You guys just have to make sure everything was correct from top to bottom. So I appreciate everything you guys did because I
Well,
can't
the
wait.
hard part for me with the logistics is I don't have full control this show because I have to rely with our partners, with the contractor, with the decorator, with the concession, and everything like that. Remember Ontario? They
Mhm.
didn't have enough staffing that they had to shut down the concession stands.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's
So
right.
now I have food trucks. I have a concession pop up inside the first floor and food trucks outside. But these food trucks, they don't know how many people are coming in. They can run out of food.
That's like a good thing for them
I,
though.
I, I was in a hot dog stand at National, and I asked before I went to the line, "Do you still have hot dogs?" They said yes. By the time I got to the line, it's all gone. And that's part of the experience that I need to make sure, or we need to make sure, that doesn't happen. And we can't control a certain element to that.
Wow, that sounds crazy.
And the
Uh,
last thing I want to deal with is somebody who's hungry, right?
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, you don't want a hangry like a dealer or person. They start going crazy.
Hmm.
Well, so what? Is there any Disneyland plans? You know how players when they win championships, they say, "Oh, I'm going to Disneyland afterwards." Is that what all three of you guys, gonna do? Go to
I go
Disneyland?
back to work.
Oh, you go back. Oh, but it's Monday the next day.
You know Jay don't stop.
No,
Man.
we don't finish loading off till Tuesday.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. So no
Jay
Disneyland.
doesn't stop. EJ doesn't stop. They're not stopping.
Dang. I was hoping like an interview, like, oh, yeah, we're going to Disneyland to celebrate or something. Because it's right
This
there.
is my vacation from a 9 to 5.
Oh, damn.
I had to file vacation to do the Burbank show, so that's my vacation time.
Wow. Well, it sounds like a good, stressful vacation. I mean, that's,
And at the end of the day, I enjoy what I do.
I can only imagine. I can only imagine. So no more surprises that you can bring out, or you guys have to hold it in a few more days, few
Um,
more weeks.
some things I can tell you. This is going to be a kid-heavy event.
That's
We
great.
believe in the fact that we have to continue the chain
Mm-hmm.
of hobbyists. We need to attract more people in the industry to be able to sustain the growth. Um, we need to take off that mindset of the comp thing and stuff like that. Because I, for one, even in the local shows, I experience people they'll pay more than comps. Comps is just a medium. but it sometimes becomes a deterrent where people leave the hobby. So giving the kids a fair shake getting into the hobby, I think is a good focus. It's something that we want to make sure we do well. Um, I think we are providing a one-stop shop with this show. If you want to grade stuff, you can grade right there and then, or submit right there and then. If you want stuff ready by the time the Burbank show is, you can go to Collecticon, drop off and pick up at the Burbank show. You'll see AI grading facilities there with their equipment for you to see possibly what the future of the industry will be. You'll have companies who are auctioning stuff for you.
Mm.
Oh, there's one company. They're called OC Will and Trust.
Oh, I
They
know.
have a booth there, and I'm guessing because I haven't met them. EJ has met them already. Talked to them. I'm guessing this is for people who have a big collection who wants to insure their collection and
It's
stuff like that.
important. It's an important step.
You know, Tag is the one I can't share, but they're bringing in something for people to enjoy, just not the cards, but more of an experience, something interactive.
Mm.
Yeah, for the first time, we officially brought in Memorabilia Network to bring in some signers for Saturday. You know, I believe there's going to be a few athletes walking the floor too,
Okay.
from what I understand, but we can't endorse them because they're not officially sanctioned by the show.
Mm.
You know, and even the one from Network, they're doing it themselves. It's just an extension of the show. It's not something brought to you by Burbank Card Show. So Harlan, who's very well connected with the Dodgers and has been a friend of the program, volunteered to bring some signers to the show. You know, and I believe one is I'm not good with baseball, but Fernando
Yeah, Venezuela. I saw that.
Valenzuela. Mhm.
Yeah,
Damn.
I think I saw that too.
Yeah, so that's gonna bring some traffic. So you know, people have been asking for signers. You know, we're a card show. We're not a big event yet in terms of having all activations, all what you see at the national. But you know, slowly we're trying some stuff. You know, we're bringing TCG.
Yeah, that's
You
gonna
know,
be crazy. I told FD I need at least a day at TCG. A full floor is gonna be crazy. Oh
Well,
my.
yeah, Jay said what 150 tables, sir?
Yeah, that's a lot. I think that's a lot. I mean, just the overwhelmness of this show is just like it's gonna be crazy. Is there? Let me. I forgot. I wanted to ask you. Is there one thing that you wanted to incorporate or add to this show that you couldn't the last few shows, or you couldn't do at all, but now you have the I don't know the power to do it now? Like something you always wanted to put incorporate into the shows.
well, TCG was one thing.
Okay.
Um, we've been back and forth with signers. There's actually a bigger company who does signers who wanted to partake at this Anaheim show. I was the one who told Rob and EJ we need to nix that idea because I don't think we're ready for that scale yet. And both of them did agree to that. So we were still open to options. That's why Harlan is the Memorabilia Network is the one who's coming in with that.
Mm.
Okay.
You know, I think you have to have scalability to succeed.
Mm.
But if you scale too much too fast, you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot.
Mm.
Because remember, once you get something like that, you have to think about security, lines, you know, the noise that it's gonna bring. Some dealers might complain, right? Because it's gonna be too noisy because there's gonna be a paging system calling people for the
Yeah.
autographs and stuff like that. So you don't want people. It's like a casino. You don't in the casino when you go to a casino. Casinos don't want you to step out.
Yeah.
They want you to
People
stay
make money.
within.
Yeah, they're not gonna make any money.
You know, so if there's a lot of distractions, it might counter the purpose of the show.
Mm. Yeah, because you like you said, you guys still are a card show. You guys don't want no extra shenanigans going to just focus on exactly what you guys are promoting. One of the
Now,
big
over time, it might become a full event, not just a show. You know, but that's something we would consider as we grow. For now, this is what we know. This is where we know we're good at. So we wanna learn from there and grow from there. You know, we try not to step on anybody's lane
Hmm.
to the direction we want to go,
Mm-hmm.
and just see what we can bring from there on. There's some other stuff that I want to probably do better, but again, you have to spend the money in the right places, and a lot of the things are not cheap. So
Yeah.
I would really love maybe a seating area where people can just relax, a big one, you know. But again, once you spend on that real estate, you're not only spending on the furniture on that, you're also taking out sellable space,
True.
Mm.
you know.
Mm.
So because
But
those things don't generate you revenue.
wow. So what when you guys rented the space? I don't know if you're able to answer this, but what does the venue provide just besides the space? Like, you said AC was and the Wi-Fi was extra as well, or did it all came?
AC is included. Water is included. Additional electrical is not included.
Oh, so you guys go over the. Oh my
You
god.
know, so basic AC is included, but additional electrical is not included. Internet is not included. We have to purchase that. There is public Wi-Fi.
But it's not gonna be strong. It's not.
Should be strong enough, but we made sure we purchase additional Wi-Fi for our corporate people, our corporate vendors,
Mm-hmm.
because we want to make sure they can do what they can do. But there's certain also corporate people who need more than what we can give, so they had to purchase their own too.
Wow. Damn.
So
These
for
are- these
Anaheim
are
is that
rare.
you pay for the space, we give you AC, we give you water, we give you the space. These are the rules. Your problem. you know,
damn. I can
you
only
can
imagine.
order chairs from them if you want to. Tables from them if you want to. But most of the logistical needs that you need, they want you to go to a contractor.
So they're really on top of everything. They want to make sure all the P's and Q's are just set. They don't want to know. Yeah, especially if it's ran by the union. That's gonna be crazy. And
I'm going to correct everybody in this. Anaheim Convention Center is a non-union convention center.
oh, it's not okay.
However, they have a list of approved and accredited contractors and vendors. And these accredited contractors and vendors have to use city union employees.
Mm.
We're allowed to run it ourselves and do whatever we want, but we're risking the union picketing the event if we do it ourselves.
Oh my.
And that's the one experience we don't want as a team, that any vendor, any collector, any patron attending the show to have to go through.
Damn, that's gonna be crazy. And then how many? So it's what is it? It's Tag, PSA, and BGS. That's it. That's all the big companies.
Arena Club is going to be there.
Oh,
SGC is going to be there.
oh. So Mr. Jeter's gonna make an appearance, maybe.
I
there.
don't know.
Oh my god.
Somebody's showing up.
He has to show
Somebody's
up.
Showing up. Okay.
Well, Jay said there's gonna be some athletes that are gonna be walking the floor.
There's some things happening, JD.
Oh my god.
Remember,
Just show
Norman
up
Nixon showed up the first show, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
No, I talked to Norm Nixon. Yes.
Terrence
There will be
Mann
some
was at the
people
last
around.
show.
You might have Magic Johnson walking through.
Mickey Mouse and all of them.
Or you might have Dynasty Mo walk in.
That's right.
Oh yeah, with Pat, him and Pat just walking in together.
Flipping the house. Yeah.
That's gonna be crazy. I cannot wait. That's gonna just thinking about it. I was telling FD like just the whole experience, just experiencing the first two shows is just something that like I'm just excited to be a part of.
One thing I'm going to be sure that I was a little bit disappointed when I went to the national, that I think would not be a challenge at this show would be number one, more people accepting electronic payments. Because when I went to the national, I had to walk out of 3 deals because they won't accept Venmo, PayPal, or Zelle.
Oh, I bumped into a few people that's told me the same thing.
So that's one. And second, Ken wanted to unload some stuff to be able to buy, and he wasn't able to do that because not that many people are buying. I'm pretty much sure with Burbank and Crossings there, and a few other big buyers there, I'm pretty sure there's more than enough money to go around for you to sell your stuff so you can buy stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's what everybody was telling me. Not a lot of the transitions weren't as solid as a typical national show would be. So I can only imagine what Burbank. I mean, if you guys are gonna have Burbank set up, I mean that's all you really need. They're gonna buy they'll buy anything,
Except
literally.
Wander Franco.
Oh
Nobody's touching that.
yeah. There's an age limit for that.
Wow.
Oh my god, damn, that's gonna be.
No, Ken went to one of the dealers who normally buys for repacks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they said we're only buying football,
Mm,
which is very strange.
mm, mm.
You know, you can't blame them. That's their business plan for that moment, right? But it makes hard for people to enjoy because they don't have liquidity.
But you guys are gonna provide that plus
No,
more.
not me, Ryan, and
I mean, yeah.
So look at me. Yeah.
So you're not gonna walk the floor at all? Like you're not gonna not be tempted? Because I mean, you got 600 dealers, sports card. Like the amount of cards you were gonna see is gonna be out of this world. You're gonna see a lot of different things.
I think it's gonna. I'm once Friday hits, I'm gonna be more relaxed probably.
Mm.
You know, because I barely had any incidents in Ontario.
Mm.
You know, nothing out of proportion. But again, because Ontario was the first test on a major market, that was a little nerve wracking for me. You know,
Mm.
but once I get past Thursday night, I think I can at least table touch, see what's out there.
You're gonna buy. Well,
Jay's gonna pick up an on-card auto of George.
yeah, he's gonna pick up an on-card Otani auto like it was nothing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
My God. So what? Let's just talk about, I guess, a little bit outside of Burbank, like just the hobby in general, the health of it. How do you feel? Because after yesterday's show, I feel like yesterday's show was like amazing, as all the shows you guys put on. But just talk about how do you feel about the hobby going into the third show of Burbank moving forward? Because we had like shows back to back to back leading up to Burbank.
For California, I think it's going to stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
People just need to learn to adjust to the market.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not everything is high end nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Like what other people would say, more people can enjoy the hobby because of the price points being a little bit more reasonable.
Yep, for sure.
You know, people just need to learn how to deal better. You know, in such a way that if you overprice your stuff, I still encounter dealers saying, you know what, it's going to be a PSA 10, so I want 300 for it, even though the raw crop is 100. You can't use that verbiage no more.
Real quick, how would you gauge that? Because you're super knowledgeable. How would you gauge a raw to a PSA 10? I just want to know, asking for a friend. Like, what's your best way of calculating that?
Somewhere between ×2 to ×3.
If let's say
depending on how rare the card is and how the population count is.
Let's say it's I don't know, out of 10, out of 15. You know, the low, like the really low number cards. Would
Probably
you
×2.5, ×3.
Let me write that down. FD, write that down. No, I was just wondering because it's always good to hear a different perspective.
Because if it's like a Thani rookie card that's top 18,000, I think it's a little bit too high right now for the PSA 10 for the base chrome rookies.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
For the autos that are out of 10 of Otani, I think rightfully it's ×2, ×2.5, ×3. Especially for the numbered ones, even though it's not a rookie. Right. But again, at the end of the day, the market's always been the same: supply and demand.
For sure. I believe that.
And we all know the people who try to talk you down on the multiplier are the ones who want to resell. So at the end of the day, if you're the seller, it's up to you if you want to agree to their price or not. And as a seller, if you have a price, because I overprice some of my stuff too, because I still have a mindset of a collector. In my mind, I don't need to sell this card, but there's a price for every card. This is my price, and nobody in this room has this card. So either you negotiate with me, we agree to something, or I go keep the card. I don't need to sell right now. You know. But if you're talking to somebody who does this for a living, they're motivated to sell. They have to sell, so they have to price their cars better. That makes it harder for me because if I have the same card as him, you know, I can get the value I want. But that's why if you look at my showcases nowadays, I have cards that the next table won't have.
Yeah, I mean, super rare. I mean, it's the stuff that you never thought of like
Very
actually looking for. So, you know, I mean, you got the stuff that super scarce. Like you're not gonna find that anywhere. You can't even find it on eBay. Like some of the stuff that you guys have. So I was just looking at it. I was like, yeah, you have to have a certain taste for with Jay's table. You have to have that really, really, really rare taste that no one really has. And then like he said, he's able to price it at that point.
And you know, there's if you find the right buyer, there's always going to be that person who's going to give you your number.
Yeah,
It might take a year though.
for sure. Patience
Or
is.
the LeBron 1 of 1 die cut. I had to fly that card to the Philippines.
Oh yeah, Ken told me. Oh my god, that. So you just saw that randomly at Burbank, right? And then you're just like, oh, let me just. Did you look at the card beforehand? And then you're just
I
like,
thought
oh,
it was a PSA 8. I got it raw. I thought this was going to be a PSA 8. I said to PSA, it gemmed.
they upcharged.
People were telling me I'm going to get this much money for it, and I ended up selling it for 1/3 more what people were saying.
Now, Jay, what is that card?
It was a LeBron James Select die cut 1 of 1.
Oh,
PSA
black
10.
one.
I remember it.
Yeah,
I just
that
wanted
one.
to make sure everybody knew. Yeah.
I saw that. I was like, damn. Ken didn't even want
He
me to
showed
hold
it to
it.
us at the last Burbank show.
No, he's like, no, you can't hold it. Leave it in here.
And that was a card I planned to keep unless the price was right.
Hmm.
And somebody paid the price.
Which is always good.
But Jay, you have a keen eye on looking at it. You've even taught me. You have a keen eye on looking at cards and kind of understanding what ballpark it may be. It may go into when it's graded. So there's a lot of knowledge. When Jay makes moves, there's a lot of knowledge involved in why he's doing what he's doing. Why is he picking a certain card raw? Can you speak to that some for people?
I make my mistakes. I made 2 recent mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at the end of the day, you don't look at your losses without looking at your wins. It will balance out one point or another. I don't prospect, so you're never going to see me buy a Banchero. You're never going to see me buy LaMelo Ball, stuff like that. When I buy, the first thing I do is ask myself, if I don't end up selling this card, am I okay keeping it? Because you won't lose anything unless you sell it for lower than what you got it for. So that's number 1. Number 2, I rarely buy graded, especially nowadays, because I would like to have that room and I would like to have that thrill that I gem something, you know, and basically doubled up because of that.
Yeah, that's how.
Yes, my gem rate is only 20% right now. Just to let you know. But again, if you get a 9, you probably did more than break even, right? To most cards.
That's crazy.
So when I make a play at certain stuff, obviously, if I can do half trade, half cash, I'd like that better. I know when you put in cash, you always get a better deal, or you get the seller to be more motivated doing that. You know, but I don't look for when I have a table. I don't look for people try to sell me stuff. If they want to show me some stuff, I let them show it to me. I show interest, you know. But at the end of the day, I keep on telling people, well, I'm not looking for this card. I'm willing to buy it from you, but this is where I'm comfortable with. Sometimes I pay 60%, sometimes I pay 80%, sometimes I pay comps. Especially with raw cards, I don't mind paying comps if I know the card is clean, because I know I can make my money when I get a PSA 10.
Yep, for sure. That's the way it goes.
It really depends. But if you try to sell me, let's say, a Zion right now, I'm probably not going to offer more than 60%.
Understood.
No, I believe that. I believe that, especially what he's doing.
Oh yeah.
And at the same time, if I have 500 to spend, if you offer me a Zion 60%, but you're offering me a Jordan that's easily sellable at 90%, I'd rather buy the Jordan.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's way more valuable than
Well, less risk.
less risk too. Definitely less risk.
Yeah, we know who Mike Jordan is.
There you go.
Trying to figure out who's
Like for FD, one thing for FD, because I know he's a Warriors fan, right?
Yeah.
I'm staying away from any Steph Curry autos right now.
Why
He's
is that?
signing so much.
Yeah, you and I talked about this before.
He's
He
signing
signs
with
a lot.
Panini, almost every product. He's signing with Leaf. He did that collab with Tyson Beck, and now he's signing a lot of in-person autos.
Yeah.
Like I said, supply and demand. I'll buy a Steph Curry gold
Prism.
non-auto card,
Mm.
but I'm gonna stay away from the autos right now.
And JD, this goes back to our conversation before about prism goals or gold prisms that are signed outside.
I'll still take the auto over the regular number. But
like Jay is saying, it all depends on the player and what's
I know.
what's going on with him.
I
So
just think
Steph is a nice guy. You know, he signs a lot.
Yeah, that's the thing. I got burned on a few Curry autos that I decided to keep. But again, I'm not losing anything until I sell it.
Understood.
That's a good way of looking at it too. You ain't losing until you sell it.
And JD Dexfloor here is saying that Sengun is someone to take note of.
I don't know. We'll see. We still got a lot of these younger players still have a long way to go. For me.
Yeah. Sengun.
But every decade, how many rookies really come out in the NBA?
Yeah, I talk about this all the time. There are like 2 players that are really notable every 15 to 20 years. There's a lot of things that splash in the pan. Quite a bit.
I'm not trying to be negative, but I will never touch a Paolo Banchero.
Damn. I mean,
Why is that? Give us your insight on that. Why is that?
The market, the team he's at. You know, he's not. When you watch his game, he's not exciting. He's not a Steph Curry. He's not a Jason Tatum. You know, he's not. I don't know if we can call Giannis exciting because all he does is dunk. But
yeah,
you know,
the eye test isn't there. Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. He's not. There's nothing special about him that makes me want to go. Yeah, let me go. I think his teammate Wagner is probably better, but Banchero, no, I don't. There's nothing that excites me. You know, there's nothing that gets me like, okay, yeah, this is somebody that I want to watch. If he was so great, he would have made more of an impact on that team than prior than that.
Hey, Richard, when Jay is talking, bro, I'm listening because he drops straight knowledge on kind of even how I attempt to look at certain players and what I attempt to do. I know Jay said I'm not trying to be negative, but a lot of people tell me, hey, FD, you're a pretty negative guy. I just try to keep it real. We watch a lot of basketball since we've been online. And the number of players that people talk about, we can name a bunch of players, Jay and JD, that we've seen over time that we know. And a lot of people, the hobby, people like, who is that?
Remember, there's more Michael Carter Williams and Anthony Bennett out there than Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordans.
That's right.
And not because they have a solid career, that doesn't mean their cards will transmute to a good investment.
Just like right now, we're excited about what's going on with USA basketball. And there's only a few dream teamers that anybody wants to buy. People don't think about that, though.
Yeah. It's a lot of things that go into it if you want to invest in these players. It's not just the way they play, like everything that goes into it.
Car Vibe has a great question. Jay, what do you think of SGA and OKC Thunder?
He has potential, but he needs to have a coach that believes in him and a coach that will design plays for him. Him being with Chet and Giddey, I don't think he can shine. You have to be the clear alpha in a team.
Yeah.
And hopefully in a good market to do well with the cards part. I'm not saying his career is going to be bad, but for the cards to get interest, he needs to be in that team that people see
all the time.
And he's the alpha. I've told FD and JD this before. LeBron played with Kyrie the gap of the price between LeBron and Kyrie is huge.
Super.
LeBron played with AD, the gap is huge. The LeBron played with Wade, the gap is huge. Curry plays with Clay, the gap in price is also huge.
Mhm.
People only buy the alpha. They only spend the big bucks on the alpha.
Mm.
True.
So you need to get to the alpha status to be able to do well in terms of the value of the cards.
Damn.
But
I
even
didn't,
Vince Carter's cards are cheap.
That's true.
You know, he has the eye test. He passes the eye test, right, JD?
I think so.
Vince Carter, right? But you know, after he left the Nets, no more.
Him and T Mac go into that range of like they were super great, but after that, they just there's nothing else that goes with it. Like you're talking about, just the
So
team. Everything.
two players that I use as a reference that it depends on the coach. Actually, three players that depends on the coach, but they all didn't. Not all of them sustained. Harden would not be Harden if he stayed with OKC. Victor Oladipo will not have a spike at a certain point if he didn't leave Orlando. When he went to OKC, he did a little better, right? And Giannis, if Jason Kidd was it Kidd who taught Giannis to be the point guard? It was Kidd, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, when Jason Kidd invested more time as a coach to Giannis, that's when Giannis had it coming out.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
So Jay, I got to ask you, what do you think of Wemby?
I mean,
Injury is my worst nightmare. Worst nightmare for Wemby. He's coming out in with a lot of hype, the same way, you know, Greg Oden came, LeBron came, even Wiggins had a hype coming in, Ben Simmons, right? But he's in a small market. The only benefit to him is the exposure with Pop,
mhm.
and I guess the Duncan Parker has been involved with his coming in too. But just imagine this: if he was with Mark Cuban, I think he's gonna get more exposure.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know, so barring injury, I think he'll be fine. I don't see him as a top center, unfortunately. He's not a Shaq.
Oh no.
Mm-mm. He's definitely not a Shaq. He's not. He's too thin to be a Shaq. He
And
has
again, for the hobby, I've told FD this too. It's very rare that a center will command high value
Mm-hmm.
for cards.
yeah. Just look at Jokic. His stuff is going up and it's going. I think Jokic's stuff is going to take a dip moving forward a little bit with everything going on.
But what's cool about him is that you saw the climb. You saw the maturation of what was going on with him. It
Mhm.
wasn't. This was not splash in the pan.
Yeah, for sure.
The odds of somebody coming in very high, very hype, and maintaining that hype, like I said, it's only one player every decade probably that happens.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Even Kobe didn't come in like that.
Remember when the Prism Silvers went crazy? It was Ben Simmons was the first one who had the Prisms go $1,000 at the PSA 10.
That shit's probably worth 90% of that now. So probably like $100 if that.
I just bought a Donovan Mitchell PSA 9 Silver Prism yesterday at the show for $50.
You like Donovan Mitchell like that?
No, but a PSA 10 of his used to be thousands of dollars.
Yeah, now it's low.
You know, and I bought it because it was an old grade. The serial number started with 2, so it might be a cracking sub.
Jay, I'm telling you, Jay makes moves, people.
I didn't. Dang.
Telling you.
Hey, I'll spend
What's
$15
up?
to see if I can get a 10.
I like that thinking.
Wow, I didn't think about that. What younger players are you looking at right now? Like who think's gonna have that, one cent every 10, 15 years?
It factor.
Define young. 5 years into the league.
Yeah,
I
I would
mean,
say under 5 now. Under
shit,
5.
it's hard, yeah.
Yeah.
I still have my money on Luka.
If they don't
I have I'm heavy right now on looking at Tatum's, but he's on his 6th year.
Mm-hmm.
Tatum, I think, is the lowest buy right now with the highest ceiling.
I'd agree with that. Jay, you think Luka wins the championship? This is my golden question to everyone.
They need to do more with the team.
There you go.
And knowing Cuban, he's going to spend money for the right player.
So my question is, after they sign Kyrie, who stays, Kyrie or Luka?
Kyrie, I think, is going to be good for two, 3 more seasons.
Yeah, that's what. See, I told Anthony that.
Okay. That puts Luka at 28. Let's see what's up.
They got it. He has
Kyrie
to
made his money already, so I don't think he's going to be, and he has his championship already, because I don't think he's going to be that motivated, really.
I agree. I think Kyrie's picking up checks right now.
Damn.
And I don't blame him. He's put the work in. He's won. He's done this. He's moved. He's made teams better. A lot of players get to the point, NFL, NBA, whatever, where they're picking up checks.
That's crazy.
But I got Don asking a question here. FD, what's the rookie to get this year? I don't know about from a card perspective. I'm going to speak on this from a football perspective. And I was talking to a friend, Imani, yesterday. I think Quentin Johnston, Chargers wide receiver, it's going to be an interesting rookie.
Wow.
I'm starting to get my hands on some football nowadays too, but I'm being very conservative.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
I was telling FD, football is like a flavor of the month. It's only good for a few months, and then it just goes away half the year, and then it comes back. Like football is so inconsistent to me that it's hard for me to buy. Like you said, everything has to be right. It has to be raw. It has to be nice for me to grade. All those things go into play when I look at football, because it's only good for 2 months, and then it's gone, and it comes back next year.
So Jay, with that being said, what do you think of Justin Fields?
I haven't seen much of him, to be honest with you. I've seen Mahomes, I've seen Jalen Hurts, Herbert, but I'm not that well versed in football. But for me, when somebody comes to my table and it's a quarterback and it's a name that's familiar, as long as I have money to buy what I want to invest on and have money to play with.
Mm-hmm.
If the money to play with makes sense on any quarterback in football, that's a name. That's the price are low. I'm probably gonna take a shot at it.
Okay.
Because there's nothing but up for a quarterback.
I respect it. Yep.
But once you get that up, you need to unload. Because once they get hurt, that's it.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All those things come into play when I look at that. I can't.
JD,
I don't know why people are picking up Tua right now.
Tua?
Uh-huh. I saw a lot of Tua yesterday.
I'm not surprised. I mean, the young man, if he's not having a concussion, he's going to succeed. So people are probably hedging on the side of him succeeding and not being knocked out of a game because he can play the game.
But what's the current longevity of a quarterback nowadays? How many years?
Oh, average NFL player is like 3.7. So
quarterback, if they're lucky, a second contract, like 4 years, if that.
Yeah, probably around that average. A little bit
4 to 5. 5 years max, unless like you were saying, unless he really plays really well. Like they're too. That's what I'm saying. It's too hard to invest in quarterbacks unless I know it's raw, it's clean. I send it in and then I move it like that. That's the only way I'll do it. It's everything else is too hard. It's too volatile for me. Mm-hmm.
Oh, someone. Don. Don says Scoot is the person in the NBA to be talking about. I like Scoot.
Portland, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That makes it a little tough because you have Dame, you have Simons.
Well, it's looking like Dame may not be there.
Well, from what I've been reading, Portland doesn't want to trade him.
Damn. Dame's somewhere releasing rap albums right now. Yeah.
Wow, that's gonna be crazy.
I probably would agree with that. I'd rather have Scoot than Wemby.
Oh, I think Scoot with JD and I have talked. I think Scoot is the person way over Wemby. I can't wait for Scoot to play Ant-Man. I've been talking about this. It's gonna be something.
Yeah, Ant-Man's gonna get him the first. He's gonna get him the first 2 times, and then the next moving forward, I don't know. But right now, I think Ant-Man you see how he's playing right now.
I see he's playing against Germany, bro.
They almost beat him.
All right, yeah, I see he played against Germany. So let's get him in the NBA and see what's popping when he has to play Portland and Scoot laces him up.
I'm not a fan of Ant-Man too.
Wow, why?
Jay, why not? I want to hear this.
Yeah, I want to know why too.
JD hears from me, and he thinks FD's just complaining. Go ahead.
It just doesn't pass the eye test with me.
Really? Like he could score at all three levels, and you think
Can he?
because it's the Popeyes and all the hot Cheetos and all that? Is that why you don't like him? Like,
barring the distractions, I'll take Ja over Ant-Man any day. Because Ant-Man, I think, the more wear and tear in his body, he can be doing what he's doing today in 2 or 3 years.
But same thing's with Ja. Ja's not. I think Ant-Man's more skilled than Ja, but Ja's more scarier too. The way he plays, he's like one injury away as well.
I just know, just his build, his height, and what he's trying to do scares me.
Damn. What about Halliburton? How do you feel about?
I haven't seen him play that much since he got traded, so I can't say anything about Holly.
Yeah.
Sure. My goodness.
JD, you like Halliburton like that?
No. I mean, Halliburton to me, if you're not scoring the ball at a high clip or doing something like, making the team better, it's hard for me to invest in something like that. Because once he got there, they really haven't, they made the play-in or whatever, but that's it. So I think he needs to develop more of a scoring on his side and probably just try to make his teammates better. Then maybe we could talk. But right now, he's still early in his career too. He's going in his 4th year or 3rd year.
So now let's go back to Edwards. What do you think about Edwards shooting 44% from the field and 35% from the three?
40%, 44 from the field and
35% from the three. Like when I see that doesn't like I'm not blown away. I'm not like, man, this dude's balling out. I don't know.
That status for the NBA or for USA?
No, that's stats for Anthony Edwards in the NBA in his first 3 seasons. There's nothing about that that's blowing anybody away.
Well, he plays inside and outside, so that's about average numbers.
That's right. Those are average percentages to score in the NBA. So we'll see. I mean, everybody has to mature, develop, things change.
Well, my fear with him is going to turn out to be a Kawhi.
Hurt all the time?
Once he gets hurt, he's going to have a hard time coming back.
Well, anyone that has the diet that he's talked about, including Derrick Rose, they don't stick around too long. Unless he's flipping the script on something, doing something. I don't know. He is young, though. So we'll see.
Well, one tip for you guys, ask yourself this question.
What's that?
People are asking you what's the buy for the next 2 to 3 years. And I keep on telling people LeBron. Though I'm not a fan of LeBron. I do buy LeBron because people want his cards.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. Unless Upper Deck sells to Fanatics, once LeBron retires, there's not going to be any LeBron cards no more.
Oh, wow.
I think Fanatics is going to make a play on that, Jeff.
Because it's the same thing that there's no more Michael Jordan cards no more.
Yeah, I think Fanatics is going to make a play on that.
Mm-hmm.
And Upper Deck is the only company that's holding a leash to all that. I just don't see the hobby being without those two guys.
But again, it's the CBA rules and being retired, not being part of the CBA. They can't print your license cards unless you have your consent. And with him currently still tied up with Upper Deck, we can all of a sudden not have any LeBron cards in the market.
That's true.
Once he retires.
That is true.
So it's the same thing as Kobe right now. They can't make Kobe cards right now until Vanessa consents to such.
So you're giving us another hint?
Well, here's the thing. How many gold Prism Kobe cards do you see in the market right now available?
No, I literally just typed in 2012 Kobe, and it's very, especially the auto. The auto, whoo, that auto's hard to find.
Right. The autos might not go up because he signed 12,000 autographs a year with Panini.
Yeah.
But those gold cards, the prism cards, how many of those you see? Whether it's the base card or the subset, you don't see it that much no more.
You don't see it.
So, like I said, supply and demand.
Yeah, I believe it. 100% believe that.
So these are the statements that sometimes we gotta, Halliburton passes like magic and shoots like Steph Curry. Dex full, I don't know. I don't know if I would jump out there. And Halliburton is a nice developing player. I still ask the question all the time: does that jump shot make it in the playoffs? That form.
The only player I can compare to Curry right now who's playing is Ding. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's a close third.
No.
And speaking of the sleeper, you asked me earlier who would I probably invest on.
Yeah,
don't call me out on this, but Desmond Bain.
I know you like Bain. We've talked about that before.
No, Desmond Bain.
Well, Memphis, right?
Yeah, Memphis. Yeah.
Yeah.
What? So I just want to know exactly why do you say that? And that's because I remember like a year and a half ago, people were like going crazy over Desmond Bain stuff.
He's a select courtside rookie gold just sold for more than $1,000 raw today.
Courtside?
He shoots like Ray Allen. He has an inside game, and Ja's out for 25 games. And even with Ja out,
still plays.
They balled.
Well, I like the consistency. You know what he's going to do.
But the only problem is, like I said, he's not the alpha.
Well, that's still good. I mean, that's like a sneaky play. That's a really I never like you said, he's not the guy, so that's why I don't even look towards his way. But now,
he's form. His shot is pure.
Wow, I only person I look at Memphis is John Moran and sometimes JJ, but that's it. But Desmond, I mean, yes, that's true because when Ja's not playing, he still puts up close to 30 a game, like effortlessly. Like you'd be surprised at the end of the game when you look at the stats, he has 30.
The young man shoots 43% from the three.
He reminds me when KD used to play, where it's just like, damn, he had like 50, and it didn't even seem like he was playing that hard. So I could see that. That's probably like a nice little.
My other boy got traded, so I don't know how he's going to perform. Obi Toppin.
Oh yeah, you do like Obi.
Where's Obi Toppin now?
He's with the Pacers,
Indiana.
But I think he needed that. I think he needed to leave anyway because with Julius Randle and R.J. Barrett and Jalen Brunson, he needed his own little space. So I think
You think he's going to be on the court with the Pacers?
Yeah, he's going to start. He has to start. So I mean that's good. That'd be pretty good. He needed that fresh start because he wasn't gonna. It was hard for him to get minutes anyway with Julius Randle there anyway, like consistently.
That's interesting,
especially with Brunson.
Yeah, especially with Brunson playing how he's playing. Good luck.
But he's a type of player who will fit better in a Golden State Warrior system. Obi Toppin, because he moves around.
Yeah, without the ball, he's perfect for that system. Oh yeah.
So who's gonna win the championship, people? NBA.
I think Boston.
Wow.
Jay, really?
I think Boston. I think this is Tatum's year.
Oh, okay.
JD, I just don't know how Jaylen Brown's gonna react with that contract because usually when you get a big contract like that, they kind of fade away.
Well, Jaylen Brown still can't dribble to his left.
Oh my god,
he can't.
That's funny.
JD, who you got? Who you got winning?
I don't know. Probably either. I think the Lakers have a chance this year.
Are you serious? Really?
I just think what they did in the offseason and then the way Reeves is playing. I don't know. I'm just talking about what I'm looking at, what they did in the offseason.
Okay.
The Lakers possibly. Phoenix is always in there for me. I don't for some reason. What's that team? In the Bay, Golden State. Then from the East, I can see where Jay's going with the Celtics, but I don't know. The Celtics is like a hit or miss for me too, because they basically almost got swept, but they almost swept the Heat in the conference finals. So
I
you
still
know,
ask the question: who's their point guard?
yeah, I don't know. So that's what I'm saying. It's hard. The East is like it's up for grabs in the East because Giannis might. It depends what Giannis does, honestly, because Giannis is like honestly the key in the whole East. If he plays and he's healthy, then they could walk right back into the finals.
Well, I always think it depends on Drew Holiday and Middleton. Doesn't really depend on Giannis.
Well, they haven't improved their lineup, right?
Yeah, it's the same. It's the
The
same
Bucks.
team. There's nothing really. I don't know. The East is like the East is up in the grass. I mean, look, the Heat made the finals this last year, so it's definitely up in the air right now.
True. Don took the words out of my mouth. Dubs.
I would like Golden State to win again, but they're a year older now.
Well, how do you feel about the Chris Paul trade?
Yeah, Jay, what do you think about that?
I'd rather have Chris Paul than Jordan Poole.
Speak
You
on
too?
it.
Oh, you too?
Speak on it. I was watching the game the other night. Utah and Golden State was on last night when Poole threw the ball away and Utah won. And that's Poole, man.
Man, don't be
Jordan Poole was a
surprised.
poison in their team.
What in the world?
He's a cancer, man, in the locker room, man.
Oh, you guys are crazy. This year, I told you 2 weeks ago, the Wizards are gonna make the play-in.
Well, this is what he's going to do. He's going to go to Washington. He's
gonna
going to
ball
average
out.
25 a game. And he's going to shoot 41%.
Man,
He's going to become Jalen Green.
unbelievable. You give that man some credit.
I am. Give him credit.
I don't know. I don't like Poole.
EJ goes back to Edwards. He says Edwards is a person to watch this year based upon the USA games.
Yeah, even Reeves is playing well. But I mean, it's the U.S.
Oh, with the absence of legitimate superstars, we will look very good to anybody's
I've said
eyes.
this. Ooh, now, JD, you've heard that, right?
Damn.
Jay and I haven't even talked about this.
Yeah, man, you guys.
You've heard this.
You guys, both of you.
Hey, also, Reeves is this year. We're going to see what's up with this guy.
I don't know. He's playing well. Him and
His
Ant-Man.
hard market will be good because
His hard market's going to be the bomb.
You know.
Yeah, EJ says Lakers in 3.
He still ain't forget about what happened last year.
Oh, well, we'll see. It's going to be a rewind. We're going to see what's happening this year.
Man, this is going to be.
Because AD, we're going to see how many games he plays. LeBron, will he get hurt or not? Is that foot right? Austin Reeves, we'll see. Everybody thinks he's the bomb. We'll see. So how long in the season will people say, y'all got to remember he went undrafted? When will that start coming up? When the poor performances start? When is that going to start coming up? He was undrafted, right?
Unbelievable.
Who else did the Lakers pick up?
Yeah, I mean, you guys are not gonna like who they picked up, but I think them picking up Cam Reddish and
Cam Reddish? Come on.
I mean, like again, what they got going, like they got more depth this year, so I think I mean, you'll see. I mean, they be Golden State with the roster they had, so I can only imagine what they're doing moving forward.
We'll see.
So I mean, they got more depth. They're longer. They got younger. They somehow got younger within a year.
They got what's your boy? Hachimura.
Rui.
No, yeah, Rui. Yeah, Hachimura. Yeah.
Rui's gonna. I mean,
Rui's about to ball out.
He won them 2 games in the playoffs last year. He did his thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. I mean, there's nothing else to say.
I always go with a team who has better coaching.
Yeah, Steve Kerr's probably. Where do you put Steve Kerr?
Kerr doesn't really coach. He lets his guys do the work.
Where would you put him though? Do you think he's up there yet, or he's a little
You'll hate me because I wouldn't even put Phil Jackson in my top 3.
Wow, who's your top 3?
Who's in your top 3, Joe?
Coaches?
Yeah.
Sloan, Jerry Sloan, Pop, and Spoelstra. In no particular order.
Spoelstra is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I could. Damn, that's.
So you got Spo over Kerr? How much over? Where's Kerr at?
Kerr's probably because before Kerr you have Chuck Daly, you have Pat Riley.
Oh yeah.
I think Phil Jackson's over Kerr.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, for sure. For now. No, you got a long way to go.
Hey, Jay, what do you think about LeBron wanting Spo fired?
LeBron wanting what?
He wanted Spo fired and Pat Riley
That's
told
LeBron
him.
being LeBron.
Yeah, Pat Riley told him to kick rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
And this is why I believe personally, you don't ever hear LeBron talk about Miami.
Well, you should. They got him his rings over there.
Yeah, he just couldn't control that situation like he wanted to.
Yeah, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 went fast.
It definitely went fast.
That's right.
Right.
EJ says front office and Mark Jackson made the words dynasty. I truly believe that.
That's correct.
I don't
I
disagree
agree with that.
Mark Jackson.
Yeah. He still deserves a ring for sure.
They might have slid him one under the table.
Yeah, without him, the Warriors wouldn't be where they're at. He's the first person to give Curry and Steph that chance. You know,
he was the first person that publicly spoke about that greatness. Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's
you got that. You let the threes fly, man.
That's crazy. I never thought anybody would say Jerry Sloan as a
Jerry Sloan's a great coach, man.
No, he is.
Utah's been consistent with Malone and Stockton, and the way the team was coached, the system that was used was well designed for those two stars.
True.
That's why I don't put Phil Jackson in the top 3, because the triangle is not going to work with every single team.
Yeah, look at the Knicks.
Right?
look what happened with the Knicks, having Carmelo play the triangle.
A good coach can adapt to what players that he has.
Well, I mean, perfect example would be Eric Spoelstra. Look what he did. He got all his players paid too. Okay, Vincent got paid. The one of the twins got paid. So it's just he did a really great job this year.
He did.
But Pop's probably number 1.
Pop is
because he had players that nobody knew of, you know.
Yeah.
With Ginobili and Parker.
Wow.
And even with his first championship with them, it was Avery Johnson and Sean Elliott.
Yeah, running the point.
It's kind of interesting how you don't really see Avery Johnson anymore. But
no, he's in Alabama right now. He's a coach, I think.
No, they let him go.
Oh, they let him go already? Oh, wow.
But I didn't see him at the Hall of Fame or anything like that. But he's a pretty private guy, though.
And even what he did with Kawhi, you know, being MVP in the finals.
Mm-hmm. And Kawhi came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Really. I mean, San Diego State, people didn't think that guy was on that level. He played some stellar defense on LeBron.
Because that's the thing with the NBA. You can have a highly anticipated draft pick, but if the coach is not going to put any effort into that player is not going to develop.
So
how many number 1
we've
picks
seen that recently, JD. We've seen that.
That's I mean, looking back at it, that's 100% true.
Mm-hmm. That's why I think Wemby will be okay because he has Pop, but Pop only has how many years to go?
Probably 2.
Well, what did he sign, a 3-year extension or something like that? So probably
3.
that.
Yeah. But that's how it goes.
It's been wonderful having you on, Jay. The insight and the hobby. I love talking sports with you. A lot of times when I go to Jay's table at a show, we start talking sports.
Even though I only know basketball.
Disclaimer. Yeah.
I've been picking up a lot of soccer.
Okay.
I've been picking up a lot of soccer.
Probably was a goal of yours this year.
No, because number 1, the World Cup's coming to the United States soon.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, the thing with soccer with me, I only pick up mostly World Cup stuff, World Cup uniforms, because when, you know how in the cars, when people change teams, they don't buy the cars from the old team no more.
Yeah.
And soccer players move from one team to the other, like Starbucks. You know? And the thing is, for me, in soccer, if you're focusing on strikers, there's always going to be that one player who's going to come out from nowhere. Who's going to be a name. You know, so when I want to gamble, I'd rather gamble with that because the cost is lower. Plus, I don't know. I've seemed to be lucky opening wax from soccer.
Yeah, especially with Messi coming in and doing his thing right now, it's just opening the doors for the World Cup. So I think him coming in is just gonna. I mean, if you guys look at I was looking at the tickets for when he comes to LA. The cheapest seats $700 to $800. So just imagine when the World Cup comes and like all the other stars come in, it's gonna be hectic.
And think about this too. Not that many people in the US do soccer. So a lot of the raw cards grade well.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, I never thought about that at all.
The cards don't change hands as often, number one. Number two, a lot of people don't think it's worth grading certain cards because they don't know how to sell it or how to move it, right?
That's true.
I bought an Mbappe out of 5 from Burbank,
Uh-huh.
gemmed it.
Well, what was it though? Like a prism, or which one was it?
It was a Topps card. I posted on my Instagram the other day on a reel. I gemmed 2 cards. It was on NBA Card Hunter. It was Vinny Auto blue and an Mbappe.
Damn. Did they upcharge you?
No.
They did it.
Because not that many people grade soccer,
Hmm.
and the 2 cards have very nice eye appeal too.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah,
10.
so am I. So am I. Yeah.
Damn. Both of them got 10.
Uh huh.
Yeah,
Wow.
can you tell us the story behind this Jordan 1010?
10-10.
Yeah, the one that's 40. What is it?
Yeah.
48 out of 50.
So that's not my card. I have the card in hand right now. It belongs to a friend of mine from Australia.
Mm-hmm.
He wants me to bring it to the Burbank show. We're gonna put it in my showcase. He has a price in mind, and if we don't sell it at the Burbank show, it's probably gonna go with the auction house by Sunday.
It's a great card.
And those are hard to get a PSA 10-10
Mm-hmm.
because those are thick cards.
Oh my god. That's gonna be. Yeah.
So someone here said the hobby is better off with less printing of Legend Hall of Fame. I don't want modern Jordan cards. How we gonna get Jordan on the card with Steph Curry?
That will look awkward.
It's probably coming at some point.
Yeah, but you think he's still gonna? You think he's still gonna sign at that point? If they,
Oh yeah,
when's the last time he signed?
Jordan is turning stuff up at deck all the time.
Oh, he does.
Not lately. Not
Yeah,
lately.
he still signs jerseys. There are
Uh-huh.
new jerseys coming out. Yeah.
Well,
Still
a lot
signs
of a lot of collectors like to buy cards of players on the years that they were still playing. So like for Jordan collectors, they usually buy cards until the year he retired, 2002.
Hmm.
But after 2002, even though it's a good insert or good auto, they prefer the ones that when he played.
Mhm.
So same thing with Kobe. You know, the only reason some of his cards are getting demand after he retired is because of what happened to him. He passed away. But usually people want the years that they played, especially the years that they won the championship.
So you believe in that? Like that year? There's
For Hall of Fame collectors, yes.
Okay. I always thought the same thing too. Like Kobe 2009, 8, 2003, 2002, whatever. Like those should hold more value than
Mhm.
something else because something special happened that year that made that reason that card. So you know what I mean. So
Yep.
I always thought if other people would thought the same thing as well.
That's the same reasons why, Kobe cards doing the mic drop on his speech. Kobe cards that are he's holding the trophy. Even LeBron. That's why those cards get more attention, get more sales. It's because even Panini one on one came out with the moments, right?
Yeah, which is the coolest cards
Yeah.
that you could find.
People like that. Collectors like that. So those cards will forever have demand. Like the new Kaboom, the Steph Curry going like that, right?
Yeah.
And he also has an auto, I think, in prison that's like that. It's commanding real high value just because of the photo.
True.
How
But
do you
the thing
feel?
is, Panini kind of overkills it when they realize that people like it.
How do you feel somebody got like a Panini with the Curry with him doing the sleeping thing and Tom had him sign it personally. Do you think that adds more value, or is that just devalues the card by like $1,000 or whatever it may be? Or
If
does it
I were
give?
the collector and I had Chris sign it himself in front of me, to me that's valuable. But
Okay.
buying something that somebody else did, I don't have any connection to the card or to the autograph. It's not worth anything to me.
Hmm. Okay. Just wondering. Just wondering.
It's cool to own. It's like saying, owning a Michael Jordan rookie that he signed and slab, which is
Mhm.
controversial right now because PSA has an issue with certain autographs of Jordan from his rookie year that they canceled the serial numbers because one came out questionable.
True.
I don't know if you saw that,
That's all that.
but yeah, it looks cool, but you can live without it,
Mm.
because you can always buy a real Jordan auto that was back pulled for the same amount of money you're going to spend something like that.
Mm. I I believe it.
Switching gears a little bit, Rich Perez says FD Jason Stidham will be the starting QB for the Broncos. Russell Wilson is too in love with Sierra. He lost his mojo.
He lost his mojo a long time ago.
Yes. So to me, he has been the same player since he hurt that thumb. Has been the same player. I don't know what else is going on with him. He's another guy picking up checks. Yeah, we can name him.
Or would you consider the coming back of Tom Brady picking up a check?
Oh, when he went to Tampa Bay?
Uh-huh.
Not when he initially went to Tampa Bay. I think that last season when he retired and came back, Tom was picking up a check and then I think trying to get his life where he wanted to, and wanted to retire on his own terms, probably. That's
How
probably
about
all
Rodgers
about
still
that.
playing?
What's that?
How about Rodgers still playing after Green Bay?
Oh, he's trying to pull a Tom Brady. He thinks he's going to walk into something, but which he's not going to walk into. At least I don't think so. I don't see the Jets winning the Super Bowl.
Those things that look awkward to me. It's like Ewing going to the Magic and Olajuwon going to the Raptors. Even Jordan going to the Wizards, but the Jordan going to the Wizards because he wanted a share of the Wizards.
Yes.
So he wanted to buy part of the team.
I didn't know that.
But to me, Tom going to the Bucks and winning the Super Bowl completely separated himself from Belichick. Got severed that. There's no conversation of that. And I think that was part of the reason too. Yeah. You don't think I can win without him? Let me show you what's up.
More of a statement, huh?
Mm-hmm. And now we got Belichick picking up Zeke Elliott. Have y'all seen Zeke Elliott in practice? Doesn't look like he's in shape. I didn't think he was gonna get signed. Probably just sitting like, oh wow. Yo,
so are you gonna pick up some football cards at Burbank? Because that's football season already.
I mean, Jay, I'm a little unorthodox in how I get that.
So, he's gonna buy some Jim. He can buy some Wiseman. He's gonna look for some Wiseman.
Because I'm pretty sure Burbank's gonna be heavy with football.
Oh, I'm pretty sure too. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know if I'll be purchasing football. I don't know who excites me and who I think beyond this season on in football. I don't see why I would buy a wide receiver. Even Chase is, and what quarterbacks really excite me. I think I tell JD all the time. I think we're in a transitional period where we don't know in the NBA, as we talked about earlier, or we don't know in the NFL who's that real deal. We don't know. We see some people in helmets. We know there's some splash in the pan going on somewhere, but who's the real deal? Time will tell us.
Is Herbert the real deal?
I got to see Herbert win a playoff game and like actually get something done. He's on my list of players. I talk to JD about this all the time. He's on my list of players who they look good, but they haven't done anything.
Well, does he look better to you because he's local?
No, it has nothing to do with that. I could be living anywhere and look at Herbert and say, I see arm strength, I see accuracy. I just don't. Is he getting it done? Is he going to get that done? If I see a playoff game between the Chargers and another team, but I'm already thinking like Herbert's going to get that done. I don't think that.
Because I'm curious about things like that. Because when I went to National, I barely saw any Herbert cards.
I didn't either. I was one of the things I thought about. Didn't see any of it. And I tried
I
to
saw
go.
a lot of Burrows.
Saw a lot of what?
Joe Burrow.
Yeah, saw a lot of Burrow. So are the people saying that they think that? I don't know. I know some people that's hyped on Bennett coming out of Georgia. Think he's gonna do something eventually. We'll see.
So you're sticking out with Kyrie, JD?
Yeah. I mean,
I saw the Kyrie yesterday, an autograph.
Which one?
The Modern Marks.
Oh,
2012 past and present.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The one on the wooden floor. That one? Is it that? Yeah.
No, it's like a canvas.
Yeah, I think I've seen it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I collect them still. It's just not as I feel like I have most of his stuff that you're supposed to have. It's that I'm just still it's really hard to find his 2012 green and silver for like a price that I feel comfortable in. So I mean, we'll see. I don't know.
How hard is it to see your PC player in different uniforms?
Hard
in terms of cards.
It's frustrating just terms of like I have him so high and then he's not performing to where I would like. So like it's a kind of frustrating, especially with the whole 2-3 years of the drama going. So it's like it's bad because it's like I'm not saying I'm losing money, but it's just like I just want him to play well. But it's like too much distractions and that holds him back from actually playing. So yeah, it sucks because you got to buy one Brooklyn, Cavs, Celtics, and now Dallas. It's just like it's weird. It's just a weird transition with everything going on with him. So I hope he stays, because like you said, he only has 2-3 years of like prime being Kyrie. Then after that, it might be time to hold it up. So that's why I tell FD he needs to ball out the next 3 years to at least put himself in that category of like one of the greatest point guards to ever, or you know what I mean? Or he's gonna be like who's a good point guard? Like Westbrook or something, just be a decade point guard that everybody talks about, and then he's not. That's it. So I don't know. I
hope he balls out and takes the team over.
You just don't like Luka, so we'll see.
I wouldn't say I don't like Luka. Again, this is a guy. What has Luka done? He won Rookie of the Year. But what has he done?
Well, he's in shape now.
Oh, that's what they said. But Jay, that's what they said last year too. They said he was shredded, actually. So we'll see. We'll see what that does.
I saw
a nice behind the back pass the other day to a guy shooting three.
Yeah, I asked that JD the question because I'm at the crossroads whether or not I should buy a Durant. But a lot of Durants go to my table, and you see him in Nets uniform.
Yeah, it's
I don't think people are gonna buy stuff in the Nets uniform for him.
Yeah,
and how would it affect if you buy something in the Phoenix uniform? He just went to so many teams that
it's hard. But you when you're talking about like the Kobe winning in 2016 9 and everything, that's how I collect Kyrie stuff too. Anything that has to do with him beating Golden State, like I'm gonna buy it because it's a cool, especially when he hit the shot. Because there's not that many cards with him hitting the shot, so I try to buy those as much as possible just because of like that moment is where it changed. It literally changed the way the NBA was going for a few years.
Speaking of that championship year, there's no card that I know that has LeBron blocking Iguodala.
There is, but it's an ugly card. It's one of the Panini's instants. So
it's an instant.
Yeah, so it's kind of it's ugly. You have to have that taste because it's literally the card and then it has Panini instants and then there's the caption below. So the eye appeal is not there for me. So it's like it's kind of ugly. Because I there's a card I'll send it to you, but it's like him blocking it, and then it looks like a.
You should buy one, give it to FD.
I'm good with it. Golden State won championship. I'm good with it.
You'll be banned from What's the Flavor.
But I can't wait. What I'm telling you too, but what I can't wait is when Curry passes LeBron in total rings. Oh yeah,
that is when him and EJ were going at it during the series was the funniest thing.
Oh, I don't think we were going at it. I think we were
Oh,
two guys.
dude, EJ calls me that day. I was ready late. After the game was over, he calls me like at 10:15, going like, "We rolling," and just start going off. I was like, "All right, EJ, I'll talk to you later."
Oh,
He was super excited.
well, right now, it's all about who's gonna put that ring on that finger next.
It's gonna be up in the air right now.
It's gonna be up in the air right now. August 20th. It's not always gonna be up there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised it's still Denver, especially if they have home court.
You think so?
Well, playing in Denver is really rough if they have home court. So,
okay.
Yeah,
it'd be interesting.
My kids want Lakers, but there's a lot of bias to that, though.
There is, but I mean, I just don't like if Denver could just hold it up for another year or so. We'll see.
I really don't believe Denver's going to win another championship.
So, a better question for the two of you.
What you got?
Taking LeBron out of the picture, who's the face of the NBA?
This is what I'm talking about. I think the NBA is faceless right now.
I think the NBA was pushing Ja, but with him and his shenanigans, like now, I don't know.
Well, I think the NBA was trying to push Ja and Luka, and it's not working out for both of them.
I think Giannis has a good shot, but I don't know about Giannis.
I don't see that. I think the NBA is searching right now, which is why we hear about Anthony Edwards today. Searching. They're finding anything they can to try to promote something.
If Curry was probably like 5 years younger, he has a shot.
Because I don't know if you guys were collecting during the Jordan years. When he retired, cards went on the same spiral. People were looking for the replacement. They were going with Grant Hill, Penny Hardaway.
Never worked out.
And Jordan had to come back. To get the name and their brand together again.
Mm-hmm.
Even a Shaq couldn't patch that hole.
Mm-mm.
And it was too early for Kobe to patch that hole too.
Yeah, it took Kobe some time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the closest player would probably be Curry, but I mean he's only 3 years away. LeBron, I don't know. LeBron could play for another 5 years if he wanted to, and that will give the NBA some time to figure something out. But it's really hard.
Help with that. LeBron's going to help with that. He's going to have to help.
I just don't see a player that takes that responsibility, because if you're the face of the NBA, you have to be like a role model first of all, and just do everything right. I just don't see anybody.
I mean, you also got to be in the playoffs.
You have to be successful. You got to make the playoffs. You got to win MVP. Like there's so many things you got to do to get the face of the NBA treatment. I mean, the closest person was probably Giannis. He's still young.
I don't think Giannis is in the conversation.
I don't think so either.
Ooh, I mean, he's really, back-to-back MVPs, Defensive Player of the Year.
He's not seen enough in other aspects of social media to be the face. I gauge it based on the number of endorsements, commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, times they show up in the playoffs, All-Stars, and stuff like that. So
that's
to be the face, you have to be nationwide.
So that's why you think Jaws the reason that's why Ja might be next up with that?
I think they tried to prime Luka to be that name because of the international market. But like FD said, he hasn't done anything yet.
Not one thing.
Not one thing. Yeah, there's no. I mean, Tatum's there. I think Tatum has a better shot than Ja. Like you said, maybe this might be the year. But
Tatum, with Tatum, you can't have 51 game and 14 the next, and shoot 31% in the finals. That's not gonna cut it.
No.
Yeah, Curry is probably the one who's closest to that branding right now because of his endorsements and stuff like that. But also the window's small too.
Yeah, he has if he's lucky, I think he has 4 years, maybe 2 prime more years, and then 4 just praying that Golden State, figures a way to keep them in that contention.
It sounds like he's about to put 2 more rings on his finger.
We'll see.
Is he gonna finish with the same as Mike Jordan? What 6?
Yeah, Jay. What do you think? If he finishes the same as MJ, where do you put him at? Because people are saying he's.
I would put him in my Mount Rushmore.
You will?
If he finishes like Jordan,
Shit. So
Jay, what
top,
do you
I,
have
consi-
right now?
I consider Curry as game changer.
oh, for sure. For sure. He definitely changed the game. He went from people saying Kobe to MJ to Curry now when they playing basketball.
Actually, the game changers for me is Jordan, Shaq.
Mm.
I don't put Kobe as a game changer because he just copied Michael Jordan.
I agree. And the first 2 championships, he was playing with Shaq.
And remember, people went
First 3.
more favorable with Kobe because of the incident that he passed away.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people didn't like him because of his shooting percentage. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, the game changers are Jordan, then Shaq. I would put Vince Carter in that conversation for a while. Then I will put LeBron. Then I would put Curry.
Mm.
That's how I would do it. Because when I say game changer, the NBA made changes to the rules and everything just to accommodate or for certain things not to happen.
Yes.
You know. So when Shaq, the the thing in the paint, the charging rule,
Yeah.
right, and the hack a Shaq thing,
The 3 seconds
right?
and everything.
Well, Vince Carter was more on the All Star game, on the dunking, because that was after the Wilkins Jordan. That was the only next exciting
True.
slam dunk contest, right?
Mhm.
The LeBron because of the flopping rule. Unfortunately, then the Curry, every single kid now shoots from the 3-point line.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, EJ says Kobe is top 3. I heard EJ say this before, and he ain't 3.
I can't put Kobe in top 3.
I have
can put
Kobe
in top 10.
I think I have Kobe at 5 or 6,
and
and that's what we're gonna keep the being 5 or 6.
I'll put Jordan 1,
Mm-hmm.
LeBron at 2, probably Kareem at 3.
Jay, you and I are very similar. You have LeBron at 2. I have LeBron at 11.
I don't want LeBron to be at 2, but it's just the facts based on what they did.
Yep.
I mean, he's still playing. He's at 38, still dominating. Still a top 10, top 15 player. That record is never gonna be broken. The scoring record, I don't see anybody beating that.
But JD, no one cares about the record, man.
Oh,
No one cares about that.
Except for Kareem.
Yeah, Kareem's the only person walking around thinking about that.
That record's gonna be the hardest record to ever break because he might play till he's like 42. So that record is just unbreakable. That's one of those records where you're never gonna see that.
It's hard to use those numbers because, especially with the Jordan LeBron debate, because Jordan retired a year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody's gonna go, what if he played those year and a half or 2 years?
Then Houston probably wouldn't even have a championship.
Oh, it's definitely be in Houston. There's no way but we'll see. It's still up for debate. LeBron, I mean, with LeBron, he's just padding his stats at this point. Anything he does is icing on the cake for him. He already achieved everything that he could possibly achieve. It's just, what else more can he do? I think that's what everybody's wondering.
It's interesting. It seems like most people have LeBron really high or lower. I've never seen anybody talking about LeBron's number 5.
The only people who have him lower, the ones who don't like him at all.
I think
it's not a question of the game or the contribution. It's just more of the political aspect of it.
Oh yeah. I think he's in a mixture between the younger generation and the older generation. Like it goes back and forth with them.
But I always ask the question: if people feel that way about LeBron, why do so many people like Steph?
Oh, I don't.
That's the question.
But Steph didn't do anything. Like Steph is like, his stuff is like clean. There's no him going to Miami, forming a big 3. Like
you're talking about somebody bouncing around trying to win?
Yeah, I'm saying like his was like legit. Didn't get only one team. Only thing he got lucky, so he got KD, but he still won without KD. So it's still
he's gonna continue to win without KD. Yeah. And KD now is struggling to do something without Curry. That's a statement.
Yeah, that's definitely a statement.
Yeah. Can he lead a team?
We'll see.
Who?
KD.
Not anymore.
We don't know. It doesn't look like it.
Well, there's a lot of dysfunctional teams out there. That's a problem.
Yes. Yes.
I don't even understand some of the moves that some of these teams make.
I don't either. And that's why I think you're going to have less players now. Even great, dominant players retire with the same thing.
Like the Jalen Brown contract, that doesn't make any sense to me.
No, doesn't. I mean, at least let the guy dribble with his left hand before you start paying.
So is Harden going to play this year?
No, he said he doesn't want to play for that goofball. He doesn't want to play for the Sixers.
But my thing is, what does that leave Joel Embiid?
That nothing, because he got Maxey. Maxey should be able to come.
Yeah, he should be fine with Maxey.
I think Maxey's gonna have a coming out party if Harden's not there.
The only thing that I think needs to go, aside from Harden, will be Tobias.
I knew you were gonna say so. I knew you were gonna say that. He definitely needs to go. He doesn't do. I mean, he does a lot for the team, but he doesn't do it. He doesn't do what the team needs him to do to win games.
He's not a system player.
Yeah, for sure. They need somebody else, like another a creator, definitely a creator. They'll be fine. Like another wing, a solid wing.
Who wants to play in Philly? Who do you think wants to play in Philly?
Not me.
Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe go back. EJ says Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, top 3.
When you ask EJ, because I know you're going to interview him soon, right?
That's the plan. I want to get both sides of the spectrum. You're more.
When you go on the side topic, I want you to ask him the question: how did this day turn about when he heard the Kobe news that he passed away? I've never asked him that question.
Well, ask him.
I'll ask him. EJ, he's gonna talk his talk regardless. So you're the humble.
No, but for a Kobe fan, that day is like no other.
I remember that day thoroughly. I was just laying there. I couldn't believe it. Because when they broke the news, it was TMZ, and there was too many sources coming out, so I didn't know who to believe. So I was just sitting in the room for like an hour and a half, just trying to, Twitter, all the social media apps, just trying to confirm it's true. And then once they did, I was just like, wow, I don't even know what I couldn't even do anything that day. It was different, totally different, especially around the whole in LA. It was just, even on the buses, they had like rest in peace Kobe and all that stuff that was going on. Like he really made like a, when Michael Jackson passed away, it was a big deal. But with Kobe, it was more. I feel like worldwide, everybody felt that, especially in Asia. It just hit differently. So I remember that day. Unfortunately, it was like really bad.
Yeah, I remember that day as well.
Yeah, I met a guy who's traveling to Burbank, and I think one of their itineraries is to visit the site where the helicopter crashed.
Oh wow! Damn, I couldn't.
A lot of people are making the trip to California for the show, and some are doing the Disneyland thing, Universal thing. So, like Rob would say, it's a destination.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, Kobe's death hit everyone hard. EJ says, "Rest in peace, Bean." Yeah, I originally thought they have to be talking about the wrong person. Like this is not like who is it? Then the reports came out that
somebody on the team who was in there. It was Rick Fox or something.
Rick Fox was on the
something.
And I was like, wow, like. But I do remember this happened that Friday. I got off work and drove down to LAX with some people to hang out, and then I decided to drive home. And on the way home, driving on the 101. You could barely see the front end. I could barely see the front end of my car. That's how foggy it was on Friday night. So.
Yeah, that day was. I don't know. I don't like to think too much about that day. That day was like very. I said that after that news, I didn't want to do anything.
It really hit me hard when I found the families involved and then the children involved. That's when I was. If I was gonna go do some things that day, I just sat at home. I didn't really go out and do anything.
So how about you two? What's your agenda for the Burbank Card Show? What's your
JD, you
plans?
go ahead, JD.
Oh, I wanted to experience the whole shebang. This is something that like I'm excited for. You guys, when you guys did the second one, when you guys were able to do like the incorporate all the other stuff that came with it, I was super excited. The on-site grading. Again, these are all the things that I don't want to go to Dallas. I still want to go to I do want to go, but the fact that I'm able to drive and sit in traffic for an hour is an experience that I'm really wanting to do. Because I mean, you guys are adding the TCG, 2 floors, so I feel like you need to be there all 4 days to experience it,
Yeah,
thoroughly.
you don't want to be rushing. You don't want to be
Yeah, I
rushing
definitely
the
don't want to
show.
rush. So I just want to take my time and then just enjoy like everything that you guys put in because the little experience I have in knowing you and EJ personally with everything you guys done before with Premiere and Newport, I can understand the work you put in. So I just want to enjoy and just enjoy everything and just enjoy the whole hobby because people are gonna like people need to realize this is once in a who knows once in a lifetime experience that we may never get. And like FD said, 20, 20, 30 years later, we're gonna be talking about this and
Mhm.
how big this was, not just for the hobby, but for California too. So
Yes.
I'm excited. So anyway, that's where this is where my shoot my shot come in. Where are we able to get in with the on Thursday with you guys or what? That's what I want to know.
Are you coming in with a card you want to purchase in mind?
Uh, I'm open. I'm open. I'm open minded with
So
this
you're
one.
looking for.
I'm looking. I'm looking. Again, I just want to enjoy it and just enjoy just the whole. Because you got people coming out of state that I know, so that's cool. You're able to network even more and just hang out and just enjoy everything. That's what I'm looking for. Just enjoying the moment. And if I buy some cars, I mean, that's the icing on the cake.
The
You know.
company that I was referring to, Crossings,
hmm
they're actually big in China, from what I heard from EJ.
I
The
bet.
TCG people,
I bet.
Crossing TCG.
I was
So
telling FD the whole TCG market is insane. You'll see this weekend. Have you been to Collecticon before?
no.
You'll see this weekend. Last year we went. Remember at FD? We went, and
Yeah.
it was like we. I was thought there's gonna be sports cards to be honest, but when we
Well,
went,
we'll be there representing Burbank.
yeah, when we went, it was just another level of collecting that I never thought of. They just introduced us to games, comics, Pokemon. I didn't know how big Pokemon cards were. Like, it's just another level. So the fact that you guys are able to get that, I think it just changes everything. A whole
You
new
should
market.
have seen Rob's eBay live yesterday. 160
Oh
Pokemon
yeah, I saw
cards.
that.
He was struggling.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, I want to hit the floor, check out the first floor thoroughly, get to the second floor, um, meet a lot of people, talk to a lot of people, and then probably when I go back on Saturday, I'm going to be active on Friday. Took the day off work. I'm going to be there from the start of it to much later in the day. G and I will be around talking to a lot of people, moving around. And Saturday, I want to relive some of the stuff I did on Friday and try to see much more of the show that I can. And that's what I love about when things are in different places. Is you look at the map and you envision, like you were talking about earlier, what was the first floor and second floor going to be like? Just envision walking around and experiencing that and being interactive with the corporate booths and also meeting different people that are selling that I've never met before.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's going to be all about. Don says Jay and EJ busted their butts on this show, guys. Show them love and fill those floors. Don also, I think EJ said my agenda is to hang with Don C, buy some wrestling cards, get a ton of free merch, and see how the deals take place. So it's gonna be exciting. I'm very excited about it.
Well,
Can't even
me, I
imagine.
just want to get over the hump to Friday. Then we're good.
Okay. I can't wait.
Yeah, the hump getting to Friday is going to be my biggest challenge. Because until every single dealer is checked in, onboarded, you know, every table set and built, that's going to be a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Understood.
I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait to see you guys there. That's gonna be fun. I mean, if I see you at all, like you say, you're gonna be hiding, so I'm gonna try to
Well,
find you.
if there's one thing logistics wise I can tell you guys that I think everybody would appreciate is that if you have severe OCD, how we laid out the map and the floor should make sense to a lot of people.
Oh, I'm not worried about
You're
that.
not gonna get
That's gonna
lost,
be crazy.
in translation, with
I
or
can't
without a
wait.
map.
Okay.
You know, because I have 12 lanes on the second floor, totaling 696 tables. It's all parallel and you know configured properly so that it's similar to Ontario. You don't have to go left, right, up, down. You can just go one routine, one direction, and get to hit every single table that way. Because I remember when I joined a podcast from the Philippines live at the national, so they wanted to see the national from the Philippines. So I walked the floor while they're doing their live, and I was going in circles.
Mhm. It
Because
took
I
me a
didn't know
day and a
where
half to realize how to get around. Well, what was connected to what?
Yeah. So here, when you're looking for a booth, you're going to go downstairs. You know, if you're looking for PSA Beckett or whoever, you're going to go downstairs. If you're just wheeling and dealing sports cards, you're going to go upstairs.
Okay.
It had to make sense.
No, that makes perfect.
So
That makes
yeah,
sense.
it's gonna be different. It's gonna be an experience for me too because I don't know what to expect.
Hmm.
I know what we're trying to do. I know what we
Um,
plan to do.
I think I'm going to expect some greatness.
Yeah, for sure.
I know Rob's gonna get drunk.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So.
I can't
But
wait.
again, to whoever's coming into the show, I would like everybody to enjoy it. Take a deep breath and get to each table if you can.
Okay. I can't
Because
wait.
for the dealers to come back to you, they have to get you know those connections, those engagements with whoever's going to the show.
Okay.
I do believe there's no prime spot table out there because for you to enjoy the show, you have to hit every single table. So whether the dealer is way behind or in the back, they should get the same ice at the end of the day.
I believe that. I mean, what you guys did, you guys got, start from the beginning. You guys got really good vendors in there. So I could just imagine what you guys are doing with a bigger scale. So the quality is gonna always be there. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well,
The
the
quality.
return of the vendors, the existing vendors who were handpicked the last two shows, is the same. But remember, we also opened it to everybody else. So as EJ would say, he probably only knows like 40% of these vendors now.
Okay.
A
That's
lot of these vendors we don't really know. You know, to them, they book the table, the price made sense, and they feel it's worth their while. So we are going to see a lot more other people there
okay.
that we don't normally see.
Damn. I can't wait.
So
I honestly can't wait.
So JD, EJ said book that conversation with him.
Oh yeah.
Can't wait to have it.
I'll text him tonight or later. Because
he's not
Jay's the
sleeping
number.
anyway. He can't sleep. He's not allowed to sleep. He has to work.
Oh shit.
Oh,
You got EJ working like a. Never mind. I don't want to say. Damn. Wow. All right.
we had the other night. Him and I were up until 2:30 in the morning.
Oh, just game planning.
Uh
Oh, damn. I can only imagine. Mm.
Goat work.
Yeah,
huh.
for
The
sure.
thing is, things change every day in terms of certain situations. So we need to keep up with that and make sure all the decisions being made moving forward until the day of are done right.
Yeah. No, I agree. 100%. 100%. Wow.
Jay, I appreciate having you here. So I know JD does too. The insight, the sports talk, the Burbank Car Show, a breakdown. We appreciate it.
I appreciate it a lot. So, thank you.
Well, am I seeing both of you Thursday?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're gonna hook me up with something. You don't need to get an FD one. I could go in by myself.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
Are you working Thursday?
Oh, don't worry. Get me in. I'll be in there.
Yeah, we'll make it work.
Just tell me. Just have my name in there, and I just walk up and I'm in there.
Walk around, look at this shade. Some of these shade cards.
I just want to walk. I just don't want them to be like, you're not on the list. I'm like, shit. Let me call you. I have you guys' number, so I'll call you, Ken and EJ, make it say like, hey, what's going on?
Hey, there's two ways of doing it. Either butter up EJ or volunteer logistics for Thursday.
Whatever. I don't care. I'll do both. Just get me in. I don't care.
Jay said we're gonna break some of the tables down.
The last two times when I won on VIP night was probably one of the coolest experiences. Even though, like you guys said, like 80% of the vendors was there, it didn't matter. That was one of the best card trade nights, VIP nights I had. So and plus I get to get first dibs on these cards, so why not? So
yeah, and I think Thursday will be a more relaxed environment for a lot of people because you're not up against the general admission.
Yeah, so that's why, if I gotta move some tables around and butter up EJ, whatever, just tell me what I gotta do. I
don't think that should be a problem.
All right, you heard FDG gotta what's this? Lock it in. We're in.
I don't think that's gonna be a problem.
We appreciate that.
I'll put you on the volunteer list.
Whatever, I don't get.
Hey, talking about that sweat equity, man.
Yeah. Whatever, just get me in. Like, what you have to do? I was like, damn, I have to move like 20, 30 tables the last 2 hours.
No, I'm just gonna make you drive the forklift.
Oh, I'm not licensed. You're gonna get in trouble. I'll do whatever.
No, some people volunteer to help out also. So, like Donald Showlocator, he says he's gonna be in town early anyway, so he's gonna help me around. So
pretty cool.
But we're not touching any tables or anything like that. The most we're gonna do is put in table numbers and table costs.
Okay.
Oh, I don't care. Just whatever. I have 2 outfits: the moving the stuff around, put on the tables, and then I have my walking around outfit.
And I'm pretty sure EJ can use some help too onboarding some of the dealers.
Okay, yeah, I'm all in. Yeah. I'm in. But yeah, I appreciate it. It was really nice.
Great having you here, Jay. I know everybody in the community has had questions, and hopefully they're in here asking them. We try to bring them all in, and they'll see this as well afterwards. And then we have EJ on.
This is my most relaxed time since National, just to let you know.
Wow.
This is downtime for me.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Man, I can only imagine with that.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to see a barrage of emails again as soon as I wake up tomorrow morning. Because remember, some of the dealers we're talking to are from different time zones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys got people coming out of the country, right? That's what EJ was telling me.
Yep. No, and it's dealers from New York and stuff like that. They're ahead of us. So sometimes they send an email. I'm still asleep.
Yeah. 7 o'clock over there. It's 4 o'clock over here. Send you an email.
So that's one of the challenges there too. The time zone when you have to take calls, take meetings. EJ's usually in meetings all day on phone calls.
Wow.
Hey, JD, I just noticed something. Hurricane JD. It took me this long to realize that. What is that?
I was just trying to be funny. Yeah, I was just trying to be funny. But yeah, the hurricane's still going right now. It's pouring.
Yeah, it's still pouring. I think we just got an advisory while we were on.
It's peaceful over here.
Oh, really?
I don't even hear the rain outside.
Oh, it's been raining all day. We even felt the earthquake today.
I didn't feel the earthquake at all.
I didn't feel it either. I was just chilling.
Well, it's a long way from Ojai to Dina.
Well, if EJ throws a fit on the second floor during the show, then you'll feel an earthquake. Right?
I can't wait till he finds a shade card and has to make a tough decision. I just want to be there for that.
We'll see.
A shade card?
Yeah, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
I have a flawless patch auto. I got from the National.
Uh-oh.
Damn. What year is it? Isn't it his Thunder one?
It's a Thunder one, yeah.
Yeah. Don't. I gotta see it.
Costs like 1,500.
Damn.
Boom.
And we'll see. I feel
Okay.
like
I think we just struck a deal right here.
I want to weigh my options. Wait till the show. I don't want to spend it, and then when I get to the show, I'm just like, yeah, I already got what I needed 2 weeks beforehand.
Yeah, but you guys come and enjoy the show. Do what you need to do.
Yes, sir.
Make every single blood, sweat, and tear worth it for us.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes. Burbank Card Show, Anaheim.
Yeah,
Can't wait.
I wonder how many VIP tickets got sold already, because the closer we are, those are going to run out soon.
Wow.
Because we can't just keep it open. There's always a limit for VIP.
Yes.
Everybody at the premiere show yesterday was asking me whether to buy the VIP. I told them it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, you gotta pay to play.
And a lot of them don't want to wait in line.
Yeah, I don't. I don't want to wait in line. I remember the first one. I was like, that Saturday. Remember when it was they were wrapped around the whole building? Woo! I was like, thank goodness I didn't have to wait in that line. So
the only thing is, even if you're VIP, you still have to go to the security check. So that's a non-negotiable thing.
Yeah.
But other than that, once you get to the security check, you should be fine.
Okay. I can't wait.
Well, if anybody's out there traveling around this weather that we're having, I wish you safe travels. We were out and about today, driving around, and it was. I'm always trip out because in Illinois, where I'm from, all highways have a crown to them. So the water that's hitting the highway is going to slide to the side. Here in LA, it just sits right on the highway. And it always, it's a different driving style. So we had some people today still going 80 miles an hour, and we had some people today going 40. So just be safe out. If you can be in until it all dies down.
Proves that California people don't know how to drive in extreme weathers.
Yeah, we had some people flying by, hitting like a lake on the 101, and then water's going everywhere, and their car is out of the lane.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
It's interesting. Well, Jay, thank you very much for being here, sir. JD, you got any parting words?
I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Plug.
What's that, sir?
Burbank Card Show, August 31st to September 3rd. VIP night starts Thursday, the 31st, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Then we head on to Friday. Show hours start at 12 noon for general admission. VIP gets in 1 hour before until 7 o'clock at night. We go straight to the sanctioned trade night on the second floor. I believe that trade night is sponsored by VeriSwap. And then we head out to Saturday. So trade night 7 to 11. Saturday, we open the floor for GA 1 hour earlier at 11. VIP comes in at 10. Floor is open till 7. Then we go to trade night again, sponsored by Card Ladder, until 11 o'clock. Then Sunday, floor opens at 10. VIP is an hour earlier until 4. Yeah. So that's the official schedule. All details will be available at the Burbank Card Show website, www.burbankcardshow.com. You can also check us out on Instagram, at Burbank Card Show, and hope to see you all there. And I hope that we bring you a good experience, and we thank you all in advance for the support and the love that you have given the show. So again, this is our only the third show, so we're not going to be perfect, but we're trying real hard.
Yep. Can't wait. I can't wait. All right. Thank you, Jay. F
You're
Dizzo.
welcome.
I'll
Thank
see you
all.
guys.
Everybody
So
have a good night. Be safe.